Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. Tell a friend and tell a friend. So we're going to get the show started today. We got a lot of things to talk about in college football. As you guys know, Miami was on a bye week, so nothing Canes related happened this week. Well, not exactly. Okay, so Saturday. Oh, man. So Saturday, basically, Mike Rump got arrested. Nothing serious, but it could be serious. I mean, it's a felony. Now, apparently Mike Rump's license is suspended because the man got like damn near 30 traffic tickets. That's tough. Now, from what I'm hearing, he got arrested because basically his license is suspended and all these, court appearances that he's supposed to make, I guess he don't show up to and stuff like that. So that's terrible. Now, they saying since 2008, this dude accumulated over 30 tickets. How the hell do you accumulate over 30 tickets? Seriously. I mean, I get a speeding ticket or a traffic violation every once in a blue moon. But this guy, it seems like every time he leaves his driveway, he get a ticket. God dang, Mike Rump, tighten up. Now, I see a lot of Canes are very concerned about this because, for one, you're supposed to be a role model. You're teaching our young kids and whatever this, then, and third. Now, hopefully, your traffic tickets and all that stuff ain't got nothing to do with what you're teaching. That's tough. Now, college football, man, a lot of shakeups. The rankings came out. It looks totally different. I don't think they got it right, though. I don't think Alabama's supposed to be as high as they are. I mean, Texas A&M beat them. Texas A&M the week before lost to two teams. They was unranked. I don't think Alabama deserved to be number 5 in the country, but nonetheless, that's where they placed at. And I don't make the decisions, but it is what it is. Let me see who all's in the chat. Came Bound, what's going on with you? Mr. HD, what's up, boss? How you doing, man? D, what's good with you? Okay, there's a poll in the chat. Basically, that's asking you guys to see how you guys feel. Do Miami beat North Carolina? Yes or no? Plain and simple. It's easy question. BB the Gator, what's good with you, boss? All right, so to start it off, I got a $2 donation from FSU Tony. What's good, T2Y? I mess with y'all boys for real. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Listen, if any FSU fan mess with me, that's tough because, I do get on FSU all the time and stuff. But, congratulations to FSU yesterday. They beat North Carolina, second year in a row, even though they're doing terrible. It's like they got North Carolina's number. You got to give it to them. It's just something about FSU that Mac Brown, and the rest of the North Carolina coach before that, it's like they just can't beat FSU. That's tough. No matter who's behind the ship. Mike Norvell, 2 years in a row. That's tough. That's tough. North Carolina. Sorry, man. But it seemed like the Seminoles got y'all number. Tough. But appreciate that $2 donation, boss. This one just for you right here. I made a little bit of money. Appreciate that. All right, let me see what else we got. Change Matt Brown fire. Chances of Matt Brown firing Manny next week. Very highly. If Matt Brown beats Manny the way that he beat Manny last year, I'm pretty sure they'll pull the plug on Manny Diaz. No more live support. That's tough. OG Kane, what's good, boss? Rump thought they were receipts instead of tickets. Oh, man, that's crazy. Yeah. Must have just accumulated them, throw them over there, started using them for different things. I don't know. Hey, somebody called me. I need to write some things down. Maybe grab a ticket and write something on it and that kind of thing. I don't know. don't know how you accumulate 30 tickets. That's crazy. That's beyond me. I don't know how you still got a license. How is this license suspended and not revoked? That's crazy. How do you get 30 tickets? 30. That should have probably been the question I put in the chat. That's crazy, man. Count Bama out if they won 7-9. It's only 2 win undefeated. Listen, we're not gonna count Alabama out. Nobody's gonna count Alabama out. It's too early right now. For all we know, Alabama could make it to the SEC championship. For all we know, they could possibly beat Georgia. For all we know, they could lose 2 more, 3 more games. Who knows? We don't know. We just got to watch it to the end. But I ain't counting Alabama out. You'll be insane to count out Nick Saban this early after just 1 loss. Now, let's just say that 1 loss Alabama team makes it to the SEC championship, beats Georgia. Now, if Georgia's undefeated, then we got a conversation to talk about, because how do you leave Georgia out with the 1 loss to Alabama in the SEC championship? And how do you leave Alabama out? You can't. It's crazy. It's going to be all 2017 all over again. So, it's crazy. Ernest, what's going on with you? He said, I just voted. I'll check the votes in a second, see what y'all thinking. 46 of you guys in here so far. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me if you haven't already. Hurricane said, Big T, what's good? What's good with you, boss? Hope everybody enjoying their Sunday. Hope your NFL teams are winning. Some of y'all teams probably play each other, so I don't know what to tell you. Just hope your team win, man. I know my team won this Thursday night. I keep saying St. Louis. The LA Rams, they got their win, so I'm good for the week. Pac-Man, FSU is beating Miami. They are worse than FSU. Here we go. We hear this every year. I've been hearing this for the last 4 years. FSU get 1 or 2 wins, and oh my God, we the almighty FSU. We the almighty Seminoles. No, blood, raw. And then get whooped, and then you want to fire everybody. You see, yesterday, everybody's in love with the coaches now. Everybody loves Mike Norvell. The week before, fire Mark Knight, fire everybody. Fire the guy that rides the horse. Fire everybody. Shoot, fire the toothpick that they throw in the middle of the field. But this week, we got to win. FSU is back. FSU is back, ain't it? Ain't it, Pac-Man? FSU is back, ain't it?
Here, we back. Florida State is back, and we're going to show that Saturday.
That's tough. All right. Sergeant AR-10, what's going on with you? I know you a happy man. The Georgia Bulldogs officially number 1 in the country. That's tough. I know you a happy man, though. Let me see. Try to catch up with the comments a little bit. Then we're going to talk about some of these games and talk about Miami versus North Carolina. Said Alabama showed their weakness. It was good to see Saban drop 1. Yeah. And what kills me in that game is watching all that pressure that they applied to Bryce Young. Before that game, before Miami played Alabama, all I was begging for was apply pressure to Bryce Young. Apply pressure to Bryce Young. He's a young quarterback. He was going out there for his first snap, so as a starter, all we had to do was create pressure. Look what happened. Look how many sacks. Look what Jimbo did. That's what happened when you have a real head coach. When you have a coach with some real experience, a real playbook. Manny Diaz don't got a defensive playbook. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. You should trademark the saying that's tough. Nah, I can't do that. Can't trademark something that don't belongs to me. I got that from somebody else, man. That's tough. There's a YouTuber by the name of Illuminati. That's who I heard said it. I watch most of his videos all the time and stuff, so it kind of got stuck in my head. So, most of the time it's like it's lingo. Wherever you go, if you're there for a while or so, sometimes you pick up some of the lingo, and that's pretty much what happened with. That's tough. He fired him before. Yeah, Mac Brown did fire Manny at Texas. We know. Hopefully, I mean, I I want us to win, so I don't want Mac Brown to fire Manny. I I I don't know what to tell you. The fan in me want Miami to win every game they play. So in order for Manny to get fired, I listen. I don't know, man. Just not North Carolina. I got money on that game. Okay, just not that one. Just not the Florida State game either. If y'all want to fire Manny on another game, please let it not be these two games. Because I seriously got money on. I'm tired of losing my money this year. Ugh. Small toe, big toe. Wow, that's a crazy name. Never listen. Some of y'all be having the craziest names on here. What up, T2Y? Follow your work, sir. Keep it up, big broski. Man, I still have faith. Hurricanes. Yeah, Manny definitely gotta go. I don't know a fan other than Slim Shady Kane that still says Manny should get another year or even finish the season. But according to Slim Shady, and he said that on here publicly a lot of times, let him finish out his 5 years. Me, get him out of here yesterday. He could have been gone. Kane gang cartel sniper. What's going on, man? Maybe he used the tickets right defensive plays on. I don't know. Maybe use them tickets to write down some of them recruits that we ain't getting this season. See, Skinner's going to Alabama. I don't know, but them a lot of tickets, bro. Them Iron Babies took Fat L. Yeah. Sorry, Alabama. Every once in a while, you gotta lose just like the rest of us. Some of y'all fans took it well. Some of y'all fans probably still ain't come outside yet. Some of them probably catching alcohol poison as we speak, but that's tough. That's tough. You're not used to losing these past 10 years, so you'll get over it. Welcome to the world of college football. Jordan Bowman says Wake Forest 15-0. So I'm guessing you're saying Wake Forest is going to beat Clemson because I don't think Wake Forest played Clemson yet, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, let me know. Did they play Clemson already? Did they beat Clemson? I can't remember, but let me know. Hey man, we need FSU to lose every game, but them beating yeah. Listen, any team in the Coastal that play a team in the Atlantic, I want that Atlantic team to win, as long as it's not Miami. Because in the end, they doing us a favor. FSU beating North Carolina just put a third ACC loss on North Carolina. So as of right now, since Miami only got one ACC loss, North Carolina is not a factor. But that don't mean go out and lay down and lose games or whatever. Because at the end of the day, we got one loss already. We got to worry about Pitt. We got to worry about teams like Georgia Tech. Well, Virginia already got 2 losses, even though they still beat us. Who else? We got to worry about I think Pitt and Virginia Tech is the main 2 we got to really worry about. But we play both of them. So as long as we win, ACC is possible. Now, nobody go and say T2Y said we going to win out. And nobody go and say T2Y said we going to the ACC championship. I'm taking this thing one game at a time. I ain't got the confidence in Manny Diaz to say that we could go 7 straight. Is it possible? Yeah. Will we do it? I don't know. I ain't got that trust in Manny like that. I can't predict wins and losses no more. I mean, even when I predict wins and losses, some of them I get them right, but scores be off like hell. With Manny Diaz, you never know what you're going to get. Maybe you lose by 30. Maybe you win by 3 or 7 points. That's tough. All right, I'm going to have to skip through, come down to the comment section a little bit. It's a lot. Dennis Wilson, what's going on with you? Who else? Let me see who else we got. We got some FSU fans in the building. What's going on? Tori, what's going on with you? Nick, what's going on with your boss? All right, so yeah, it's a lot of comments. I can't keep up with y'all. So 72 in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. As a matter of fact, let me see where we stand with the likes and all of that. See if y'all really rocking with me, or y'all just be like, we just want to hear bad things about Miami and something. So we got 73 watching. We only got 30 likes. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. Please and thank you. And also the poll that's in the chat, will Miami beat North Carolina? Most of you guys are saying no. 74% says no. 26% says yes. That's a total of 80 votes so far. So dang, this is not going well. Y'all finna hurt poor little Manny's feeling right now. What's going on with you, Stunner boy? What's good, man? All right, so I'm gonna put a link in the chat because I want some of you guys' feedback too. So basically, last night, actually, you know what? Take it back even further. Go back to the summer. Go back to the off season. I remember. I'm not quite sure the reporter's name, but Jimbo Fisher, former FSU head coach, went over to Texas A&M, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. So this summer he was asked about, Nick Saban, nobody being able to beat him and all that. His assistants, nobody have success, and Jimbo Fisher blatantly said he's not going to wait for Nick Saban to retire. He's going to beat his ass right now. He's going to beat his ass while he's at Alabama. He's going to beat Alabama while Nick Saban is there. Nick Saban laughed it off. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, maybe he's going to beat me at some golf or whatever. Cocky old Nick. Cocky old Saint, jolly old Nick. So push comes to shove. Yesterday they played a game, Texas A&M, great start. Got it up ahead, and they kept it that way. Then Alabama marched back into that thing, and then boom! All of a sudden, we got a tie ball game. Texas A&M got the ball. The last drive went down. Boom! Kicked the field goal. Game over. 41-38. Jimbo Fisher beat Nick Saban's ass, just like he said, just like he promised. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's in the history books. So now, looking at it like what we see Florida do against Alabama, what we just seen Texas A&M do against Alabama, and Texas A&M is no world beater. They lost 2 straight games before they even played Alabama. So that kind of show us Canes fans what it feels like to have a real coach with a real fighting chance every week, whether you win or lose. Nonetheless, if Jimbo Fisher had lost that game last night, no doubt Texas A&M put up a fight. That's the problem with us. We have a head coach in Manny Diaz that don't know what the hell he's doing, plain and simple. It's obvious. Alabama, when they play against other Power 5 teams, sometimes they do blow them out. But the first game of the season with 91% coming back, and that was the performance we went out there and did, that just goes to show you. Manny Diaz ain't it. But like I said, I'm going to put this link in the chat because I want you guys to join in on the conversation. Give me a second. Okay, sorry guys. You got crying kids, so you got to tend to them every now and then. Hold on. I said I was gonna put the link in the chat. I know you guys like T2I is a mess today. Yeah, so the link's in the chat. You guys can join in on the conversation. I'm gonna bring up all the games from yesterday and the week. The top 25, and then we're gonna go over the new college football rankings, and then we're gonna talk about North Carolina. So the link is in the chat for anybody that wants to join in on the conversation. This light right now is kind of bright, so I'm gonna kill my camera. Okay, so North Carolina. Yesterday we seen Florida State go up to Chapel Hill and put a beating on North Carolina. Now it didn't start out as a beating. It started out as North Carolina going up by 10, and then the Seminoles did something that we haven't seen them do all year. Well, against they did do that against Nebraska. What was Notre Dame in the beginning of the season? They fought back. They fought back, and they actually pulled away from North Carolina, and they pulled off a win. Congratulations to them. I think that is Norvell's signature win for the week. The week before, that game with Syracuse was kind of iffy. Came down to a kick. Nonetheless, they got the win. There was some controversial non-holding calls and stuff like that, blatantly in front of the referee. I don't know if Florida State paid those referees with Skittles, but we did see some referees on the field eating some Skittles. Maybe they threw them a couple $20 bucks or something. But nonetheless, Florida State got a nice signature win yesterday. Congratulations to them. So here we are, Miami, coming off a bye week, going into North Carolina. So we going into North Carolina now after they came off that beat down from Florida State. Now, all I can say to Manny Diaz is the blueprint is right there in front of you. Every single team that has beaten North Carolina so far, study. You're a film guy, so I'm pretty sure you can study and see what they did, what tendencies North Carolina has, and utilize it. What do I expect from Manny Diaz? Same old bull calling on defense. North Carolina gonna run the ball how they feel like it. Sam Howell gonna look like a freaking Heisman. That's what I think is gonna happen. Hopefully T2Y is wrong as hell. Hopefully I'm wrong as hell and I'm the dumbest guy in the room. But until proven otherwise, that's what I think is gonna happen. Manny Diaz is on the hot seat. He knows he's on the hot seat. He knows that basically at the end of the year, Miami can fire him and they won't have to pay him a dime until 2023 unless he gets, unless he stays unemployed till 2023. Then we would have to pay him. If he gets a job somewhere else, Miami don't owe Manny Diaz a dollar, a dime, nothing. El Chapo, what's going on with you? Also got an Alabama fan on here. Jalen Johnson, what's going on with you? How you doing? What's going on, El Chapo?
What's up, T2?
El Guapo. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell I
Yeah,
called
because El Chapo is in prison. El Guapo's not in prison. So, let me talk about that Alabama game first. It seemed like A&M gave everybody defensively the blueprint how to go at Bama, but everybody doesn't have the personnel to do that. But if I was Georgia, I would take some close notes on that game. But Bama, they're still going to be in the playoffs because let's be real.
Well,
are they better?
We'll be straight.
Are they better than Penn State? Are they better than Iowa? Yes, they're better than any other team. Maybe not Georgia. So they're getting in the playoffs with that one loss. Manny in this situation. Now, okay, are they really ready to fire Manny this year? And if they are, do they have a plan of who they would think would want to come in? Because you're going to get somebody who's probably not a proven winner, and it's just going to be another recycling process. So I think they're going to let Manny keep a job to the rest of the year and then hire somebody. But here's the question: who are they going to bring in?
Well, if you ask Miami fans, we got a list, and some of it's fantasy.
I know.
Okay, let's state the obvious.
Okay.
Urban Myers.
Nope.
Hell no.
He wasn't going to y'all anyway.
You got Lane Kiffin. You got Mario Cristobal.
Lane Kiffin ain't leaving Ole Miss. Nope.
You got Lou Fickle. You got Hugh Freeze.
Y'all might be able to get Hugh Freeze.
Hugh Freeze got too much back. Miami won't touch him. Nope.
Y'all could probably get Fickle, maybe.
I don't know. I think Fickle's happy. I think Fickle's happy where he is.
Fickle got 9 kids. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
No.
Then to put the cherry on top of the ice cream, you have Orgeron.
Orgeron you would get for the cheap, but he a CEO. He's not really a head coach. So let's stop.
And he's hit or miss with his coaching hires.
So
he nailed it with Joe Brady and Dave Aranda. Well, actually, Dave Aranda was there before he got there, so never mind. But
so
he nailed it with
the real options that they can afford to bring in? I mean, who are the real options?
Well,
I'm glad y'all finally eliminated the Oregon coach, because I don't know why y'all kept saying his name.
Cristobal.
I'm glad y'all finally stopped that talk.
They're not eliminating him at all. He's still a possibility.
Or should we just do what Slim Shady Kane says and give Manny 5 years?
No, sir. No, thank you.
Manny should have been fired last year. Let's be serious.
Manny should have been fired the first year, but
that man's not ready for the job. He might get a defensive coordinator job someplace else, but he is not a head coach. No.
Did he just say give him 5 extra years?
What's going to happen is we're going to have this big old coaching list of all these high characters and guys that's proven this, proven that, resume this, resume that. And then we're going to get some guy out of nowhere with a low name that nobody knows. And we're kind of like, huh? Well, I guess we'll see what he does. And maybe we'll be screaming fire him in 2.5 years.
Y'all can get the former FSU coach. What's his name? The one dude that said FIU?
Willie Taggart.
Dude,
yeah, they can get him.
Hold on.
They can get him. Y'all get him.
I got to give you the treatment for that.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What is your dumb ass say it?
Hell no.
I know you did not just say Willie Taggart. That man got a vendetta out from Miami. Did you know? Fun facts on chat. Did you know that Miami fired Willie Taggart, not FSU?
Facts.
That's tough. No, Willie Taggart will not be an option. Stop it.
Go get Butch Davis.
That's like Miami going out to hire Deion Sanders.
Or y'all can go get what's Clemson's offensive coordinator? Y'all can get him.
Tony Elliott. Yeah, y'all can take him. Yeah, y'all can take him.
Clemson fans don't want him no more.
What's the deal with Clemson this year? Because Tony Elliott was never the issue before. So what's the problem now? Is it
here's the thing with Tony. It's not all on Tony Elliott, but if you go back, this dates back to the LSU natty when we got blown out. Travis Etienne was averaging like 8 yards a carry in that game. He stopped running the ball, and then we couldn't score on offense, and LSU pulled away in the second half, and we lost. And so that was kind of the start of the trend of Tony Elliott not, his play calling just being real shaky at times. And you saw it some last year. We couldn't really run the ball last year in that first Notre Dame game, and then we couldn't run it against Ohio State. And then this year we can't run the ball at all. So Tony Elliott, I think he benefited a lot from having Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence to work with, and they hid a lot of the issues he had play calling, because we were a lot better when Jeff Scott was co-offensive coordinator back when Deshaun Watson was here, and when Jeff Scott took the job at South Florida, and our offense has just kind of gotten more and more predictable. It was a little bit better last week, though. We ran the ball better, but we didn't score points like we should have. We should have beat Boston College by 3 touchdowns, but we made it a game because we couldn't score on the red zone. Kept settling for field goals. So, and the offensive line is not good. That's the other big.
At least y'all still got the ACC championship.
Yeah,
Right,
we might not win that.
We do got an Alabama guy on here now. The Crimson Tide went out there. Jimbo did kick Nick Saban's ass like he said he would. Now, as an Alabama fan, you ain't seen too many losses lately. So, how does it feel to lose last night?
It felt bad, man. I ain't gonna lie, it felt bad. We weren't supposed to lose that game. We played bad. We played bad, and we deserved to lose that game because everything we tried to do didn't go our way. So we were supposed to lose anyway. So I'm cool. We'll be straight. I ain't worried about it. We'll be good. Just one loss. Ain't that bad.
Yeah, Bama's gonna be fine.
I'm not worried about it at all. We still gonna make it to the SEC championship. I'm not gonna lie, Georgia, they the best team in the country, but I feel like we still gonna beat them in the SEC championship, and then we'll see them again in the playoffs. So, I ain't worried. I'm not tripping over it.
I can see it. Here's the thing: people like these past few years, people.
I know T2Y. I know T2Y. You can get your laughs in now. You can do all that. I clowned you about the Miami game, so you can get your laughs in.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna laugh at y'all, man.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know why people think that Alabama or any team going undefeated is normal. Like Alabama's only gone undefeated 3 times since Saban's been there.
I watched that game last night,
twice.
And I was like, please, Jimbo Fisher, please don't mess up this wet dream. Please don't.
We was about to come back too, but then they got that kickoff return. I was like,
the whole time I'm watching it, and I see y'all strolling y'all ass back, and I'm like, oh man, how many times I don't see this story? How many times I don't see this story? And then Alabama wins, and blah blah blah, everything go back to normal. But Jimbo Fisher was on a mission. That boy pulled out that paddle. He put Nick Saban over his leg, and he smacked them.
Did y'all see that Oklahoma and Texas game though? That was
nuts. That was.
I would put Kevin Williams in to get Spencer Rattler. I wouldn't even think about it no more.
Oh yeah. I mean, you saw it in Oklahoma spring game, like everybody.
Yeah, I seen what he did. Yeah, I seen what he did for the spring game.
Okay, so I started watching that game, and then 28-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit, Texas about to do it. Texas fans gonna be screaming they back. And sure enough, they let Oklahoma stroll right back in it and whoop their ass.
Yep.
I don't know how they do that.
Texas being inventing.
Both teams in that rivalry, all they do is throw up 3 million points against each other with no defense.
Yep. Texas being inventing new ways to lose. I don't know how they did. I don't know how they blew that one.
They put a good Atlanta Falcons move.
Yep.
They put a good one.
All right, so we all could admit right now that Georgia defense is kicking college football in the face.
Oh yeah, this Georgia defense is one of the best I've ever seen. I'm gonna be honest. So far,
you're a Clemson fan, so of that defense, you was the first victim.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's one of the best defenses. I mean, our offensive line sucked, so it was just bad on top of bad. But like their defense is legit.
Now, as a Clemson fan, I must ask you this. Did Georgia break Clemson football?
Nah.
Because they did. Like after they did.
No, they did.
They broke your spirit.
To me, and maybe to the rest of America, it seemed like after Georgia beat Clemson, Clemson was never the same.
That's only because Georgia was the first game of the season. They didn't break anything that wasn't already broken. Our offensive line was bad, whether we played Georgia week 1 or an FCS team. We're still the same team.
Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie?
Nope.
Well, you probably seen the old one. You
Yeah,
ever
I've seen
heard
the
of,
old one.
You ever heard of Shane Tucson?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that snatches souls?
That's not what Georgia did.
That's exactly what Georgia did the first game to y'all, because y'all has not been the same since. DJ Yukalako Lulu ain't been the same no more.
I
Listen,
think they'll be good next year. They'll be straight next year.
I think Clemson's going to be fine. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying what's wrong with the team. Like I didn't make any excuses, Florida Kane. But like the thing is like if we had played an FCS team, the only difference is we win the game and they don't expose the issues we already had. Our offensive line has issues. It's not good. So whether we play Georgia week 1 or an FCS team, we're still the same team, and we still aren't that good. Georgia just exposed it early. They didn't break anything that wasn't already broken. Clemson is just not. They're not a good team right now. They're just not.
That first game, once that defense hit y'all, it was like squawking, "Get over here!" And after that, you guys never left. You guys are still in that stadium.
I'm telling you, I don't think things would have been. I don't think things would have been any different. You know, if we hadn't
spiritually, y'all, what was the stadium y'all played them in?
Bank of America in
Y'all left y'all spirits in Bank of America. It still ain't found its way back to Clemson yet.
Clemson's gonna be fine. Clemson's run ain't over. Y'all need to relax with the way we recruit, and we still got. We still got tons of talent.
You know what y'all need. You know what y'all need. You know what y'all real problem is. You wanna know what it is?
What?
Y'all not going in the transfer portal because
I've been on that drum for a while. I've been wanting.
That's y'all main problem. He just want all the kids that come straight out of high school and pick him, but that's not how it works. Like you gotta go in and get good players.
I think Dabo's eventually gonna change his mind on that. He hasn't completely shut the door on the transfer portal, but so I think he's gonna make the changes.
Let me
Clemson is fine. Then we still got
a bye week for Clemson, right?
Yeah.
So who do you guys play next?
Syracuse.
And after that,
Pitt, I think.
Okay, so Syracuse, I think you'll beat. Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt's gonna be tough. Look,
now I'm actually hoping y'all beat Pitt because it'll do us a favor.
And they're on the road too, so
it's at Pitt. Pitt is an annoying place to play, not because their fans don't show up to games, but like Heinz Field is just kind of like it's just you got to travel up north and all that. It's kind of a weird.
Okay, so you said that Pitt is a tough place to play, but their fans don't show up.
It's because of the field. It's an annoying place to play. It's not really it's not because of the environment or anything. And listen,
they're gonna show up now because they know Clemson ain't that good, so they're gonna show up now because they got a chance to beat them. They're gonna show up.
Maybe I mean their fans don't show up. Their fans don't show up to games regardless. Like Pitt is good this year, and they still don't like fill up their stadium because they just don't care about football.
What's the chances of Florida State beating y'all this year?
0. Florida State.
No, because what they just did to North Carolina.
Clemson and North Carolina ain't the same, bro. Not even the same talent level. First of all, Florida State. Listen, I think Florida State is improving, but they are one dimensional. All they can do is run the ball with Jordan Travis.
And those
two running backs.
I already told T2 why that FSU can beat them too. I don't know why he think Miami just gonna like run through them. I thought FSU can easily beat Miami.
Listen, I think we're just gonna run through Florida State. I don't think we're just gonna run through them. We're not gonna beat them 52-0 this year.
Then they at home too, so they got another advantage.
52-10. We're not gonna beat them 52-10 this year.
I don't know why people
42-10, and that's just me being a fan.
I don't know why people act like Clemson doesn't have a top 5 defense. Like Florida State's not going to be able to score.
Top 5 defense where? Not this year.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Have you not seen Clemson's defense? Clemson's defense is
the offense is
the offense is just
trash.
Oh, they got a top 5 defense this year. North Carolina didn't get the message. I mean, North Carolina State. Them Wolfpack did not hear you.
Wolfpack didn't do nothing on offense. We just couldn't score. That was the only reason that game was close.
What was the score?
It was 27-21 in overtime.
But they did have most of their like key players go down though. They
All
had,
of our
like,
players went. We lost our two best defensive tackles. We lost multiple defensive backs in that game. Our defense played over 90 snaps.
Okay,
and our offense was on. Our defense played over 45 minutes.
Who have you guys played already, other than Georgia and North Carolina State?
What do you mean? We played Georgia Tech in Boston College, and then FCS school, South Carolina State.
Okay.
We held Georgia Tech to 8 points, and we held Boston College to 13. Clemson's defense is legit. Anybody in the comments that anybody that says Clemson's defense ain't legit is delusional.
Yeah.
The defense is the problem. Brent Venables is the best defensive coordinator in football.
All right, so it makes sense to see why you guys want to get with Elliott. It makes sense to see why all the fans have turned on Elliott.
You said 0%.
We wasted an elite defense. This is the best. This is probably one of the best defenses we had since that 2018 team that held Bama to 16 points. All
right, so we know you got a good defense. I'm just clowning with you because I see how you and Georgia went back and forth for this, that, and third.
Yeah, I mean,
you see what
Georgia said 0%.
We held Georgia to 3 points.
We got Marcus Lewis on. Go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
You said 0%. You said
not literally 0%. Not
40%.
literally 0%, bro. Relax. It's an exaggeration, but I don't think Florida State is going to be able to score on Clemson. I'm serious. And Clemson's offense is already improving.
First of all, y'all offensive line is not better than North Carolina. So if y'all bring that same offensive line,
UNC's offensive line ain't good either. UNC's offensive line has been bad all year, so that's debatable. I mean,
yeah, but I think their offensive line is a little bit better.
But by what metric, bro?
I'll tell you this. That Florida State Clemson game
they both
close. But y'all probably beat us by 2. 24-14.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I think
they still blow y'all out from last year.
It's going to be like a very low scoring 21-17 game.
I can see that if Clemson's offense doesn't get it together, I mean, and play like they can, then yeah, that's. I don't think Clemson's offense is going to stay as bad as it's been. I think it's already gotten better. We ran for over 200 yards. We just didn't score in the red zone.
Let me ask the chat the same question. How many of you guys think that Florida State, what percentage do you guys think Florida State has a chance of beating Clemson? Y'all let me know in the chat.
I'll say 40. I'll give it 40%.
No,
not that much.
Because they still gonna want their revenge from last year from y'all ducking them.
You're looking at one side of the ball. Clemson,
if you go,
Florida State ain't gonna be able to.
You're not beating us.
You're looking at one side of the ball. Florida State, Clemson has the best unit has the best unit of between either team, and that's Clemson's defense. Florida State ain't gonna be able to score on Clemson.
I'll give you that, but like I said, is y'all offense better than North Carolina? No, and we shut them down.
Okay, FSU fan. How you think y'all gonna do against Miami?
The way this shit looking now, we might beat y'all. Because y'all play North Carolina next week. If y'all don't beat North Carolina next week, we definitely beating y'all.
No, they're not beating North Carolina.
JP says that Florida State got a 95.
JP been hating in the comments. He's been Clemson. I don't care what he got to say.
Next week. If y'all beat North Carolina next week, then I can say, okay, it might be 50-50. But if y'all do not beat North Carolina next week, y'all come to tell us. Who playing
North Carolina? We don't play North Carolina.
No, Miami play North Carolina.
Oh.
In North Carolina.
Actually, Miami could beat North Carolina because they just lost to FSU, so they actually could.
I don't think anybody got. I think anybody can beat anybody this year in the ACC.
Miami right now, I think it's 50-50.
I think anybody can right now.
If we're gonna lean on coaches, I'm gonna have to lean Matt Brown.
I don't know why y'all just want to do the same thing we did. Just get out the house and just run the ball. And that's it.
We saw y'all beat them last year, and we still didn't do the same thing y'all did. We saw other teams beat them, and we still didn't do what they did. Only thing you got to do is double. What's his name? Downs the receiver.
That's facts. Down. Yeah, they only ever throw the downs.
Double him and get out the house, and that's it.
I honestly think that at birth, Manny Diaz was dropped on the head. Plain and simple.
Yeah, Manny might not watch the film and know how to do it.
He's just going, well, we went out there and we did the best we could schematically.
And the other thing, and the other thing, Sam Howell, the reason why he don't play good against Florida State because he know deep down inside he's supposed to be playing for Florida State.
Should be playing for
that's why.
Bro, that is kind of bad because he decommitted from Florida State back in high school. And you know what's funny? I watched him play when he was in high school. He always played against my old high school, and he was good. I was like, damn, Florida State got them a good one.
I'm gonna say this also because as you seen what Florida State did with them, they got them 2 running backs and they got the quarterback, going with the run.
That's all they do.
All you got to do, Manny Diaz, if you're paying attention, if you're listening, everybody can see it. Run the freaking ball. We got the running backs that can do it. Run the ball
and go play action, and that's it.
Yep.
We had 2 long, deep touchdowns off of play action. That's all thing you got to do. Just keep right, get out the house and just run the ball and play action, and you'll win the game.
I got a question. I don't really watch North Carolina like that, but they lost both of their running backs from last season, or is one still there?
Michael Carter and Javonte Williams. Yep.
Yeah, one on playing in Denver. Okay. We have one on playing in Denver.
Yeah, Williams. Yeah, Williams is good. Well, Williams, and then I think Michael Carter's in New York. I think he's playing for the Jets. But I think
Miami will have a chance as long as they don't miss a field goal this time. They'll have a chance.
Yeah, but listen,
as long as they don't miss a field goal.
Like
this time.
Oh, field goal. We talking about field goals now, Alabama?
Hey, okay. I'm gonna be to be fair. I think Alabama got a good kicker.
Will Riker.
I know Alabama got a good kicker, but I also know Texas A&M got an even better one.
That won't happen again. Texas A&M being that's like an anomaly. They won't be Alabama for another 5 years.
Hey, listen, man. My homie said plain and simply he was gonna kick Nick Saban's ass, and he did what he said he was going to.
But think about it. Nick Saban was 24-0. Eventually, he was gonna lose to one of his assistants. Eventually,
how you gonna lose to the one that called you out and talk that shit to you?
Stuff happened.
If Kirby Smart and all them other ones would have called him out, he would have spanked him. He would have spanked him.
Yeah, I can't.
But you got good old Jimbo Fish coming in there.
I ain't finna do this with TCY. He been waiting on this the whole season. He been flying. He been flying.
I bet at the end of the game when they went in the locker room, I bet they were playing Sweet Home Alabama.
Man, like I said, bro, we're gonna be fine though. I ain't worried about it.
I ain't gonna lie. This may be one of the not best Alabama teams in a while.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
And they still gonna win 11 games.
Yeah, they still have a chance to win the title. Like they're not as good as.
No, they're gonna lose to Georgia.
Nobody doubt that they could still win it. It's just nice to see them lose every now and then.
Yeah,
they only went undefeated twice since Saban been there.
Yeah, I mean it's not normal for teams to go undefeated. I think because the last 3 years it was Clemson went undefeated, LSU went undefeated, and Bama went undefeated. People think that going undefeated is normal. That don't happen that often.
Speaking of undefeated, the Florida Gators got 3 titles. None of them was undefeated seasons.
Yeah,
they went out there and they played the bottom of the Vanderbilt, and they beat them 42-0. Are any of y'all impressed?
No. Georgia beat them boys 62-0.
I say that to say this. Now, Georgia seemed like, if you look at their schedule, they could just run right through it and be in the national championship.
That Kentucky game gonna be very interesting next week. I'm definitely tuning in for that.
That's one of the games I want to watch, and I also want to watch
Kentucky
them play Florida. I do believe they're gonna beat both of them teams, but it's gonna be interesting to watch.
I'm actually more interested. I'm actually more interested in the Florida game than the Kentucky game. I think Kentucky's going
to beat. I mean, Kentucky beat the shit out of Florida.
I don't know.
They beat them up, straight up.
Listen, I know Kentucky beat Florida, but football's all about matchups. I don't think Kentucky matches up with Georgia very well.
Ain't too many teams in the country that can match up with Georgia. There's only one team that can probably match up with Georgia player for player, and that's
right. Well, that's right. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Kentucky's going to be a good. I don't think Georgia Kentucky's going to be a good game. I think Georgia's going to roll.
Clemson in the beginning.
They don't have the quarterback play. Will Levis ain't that good.
That matchup in the beginning of the season with Clemson and Georgia seemed even, but as the season go on, it's clearly not. It's clearly Georgia's picked up steam. Clemson.
Georgia's offense has been pretty much the same the entire year. Clemson's defense was the best defense they played. Clemson's defense is elite, like I said.
Now you gotta look at it too.
If Clemson had a competent offense, they win that game. I'm gonna be honest. If they had even a decent offensive line, they would have won that game.
Now you gotta look at it too. Georgia is actually not even playing their starting quarterback.
That's facts.
You're catching dubs with the backup, Stetson Bennett.
Well, we played against their first string, so you can't say we played against Stetson Bennett. We played against JT Daniels.
If y'all played against Stetson Bennett,
no, we didn't.
I don't know now. That boy been looking light.
If we played against that, we would have beat the hell out of Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett would have thrown 2 picks, at least 2 picks.
Daniel JT, whatever your name is, you better not stay out too long.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Stetson Bennett play, like he's played fine, but he's good for like 1 or 2 like really bad throws. Like he had one.
He's just a game manager. He's just a game manager.
If you watch him against,
Mr. JT Daniels gonna stay out too long.
But the thing about it, he has no choice but to be a game manager. Your defense is dominating, and your running game is.
That's facts. Yeah, that's all he got to do. I mean, you've seen Georgia's running backs, like that running back room is deep. Zamir White, Kendall Milton, James Cook. Like those dudes are for real. They all gonna be playing on Sundays. Like
BB,
and that offensive line is playing good.
Hey, BB, man, they ain't here killing your Gators, man. I ain't said nothing bad about your Gators.
I heard you. You always talking, bro.
So y'all just
gonna be all right.
Y'all just gonna.
We lost to Kentucky. We beat ourselves against Kentucky. We had 8 false starts.
Oh man, hold on. We got a $10 donation from 863 Seminole TV. Make sure you guys go check him out. Subscribe to the channel.
Don't have the best O-line in college football. They're good.
So Clemson dude wrong. Kentucky match perfect with Kentucky. They have the best O-line in college football against the best front 7 in college football. That's big boy football.
Kentucky don't have I think he meant Georgia, but Kentucky don't have the best. They don't have the best offensive line in college football. It's a good offense, but they don't. Kentucky doesn't have the quarterback play.
I got to get
if you have watched Kentucky,
let me give Pope the treatment real quick, man. Appreciate the donation, boss. Appreciate that, Pope.
I'm telling you, Will Levis ain't that dude. He's not gonna.
Will Levis, he didn't do nothing against us. He only do for 76 yards.
Yeah,
I'm going in every week, not knowing what's going to happen. I don't have a dog in that fight, Kentucky or Georgia. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. Now, if Georgia play the way they've been playing, that defense going to dominate.
Facts.
Kentucky, I don't know how they answer against that defense, to be honest.
I don't know how they do.
Kentucky looks good when they play at home. They feed off their crowd, but when they got to go to Georgia, they'll get blown out.
Yeah.
Oh, the game in Georgia?
Yeah, that game's in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
It's in Georgia.
It ain't going to be a game.
It's a 3:30 game on CBS. That's like the stage will be too big for Kentucky. Way too big.
So let's go off the wall. Out of nowhere, say Kentucky win the game.
I hope they win.
What's your reaction?
My reaction is, well, damn. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, but like, I'll admit when I'm wrong, but I don't think Kentucky is that good. I think Kentucky is fine, and I think Stoops has done a good job there, but like, there's just a huge talent like difference. They're not going to be. I don't think Kentucky hasn't seen.
Now, Mr.
A defense like Georgia's.
Mr. Ashley said T2I Sebastian is the ugliest mascot ever. I don't think you ever seen a Hokie. I definitely don't think you ever seen a horn frog. It's plenty of ugly out the mascots. I'm sure this guy ain't never seen a horn frog. But Kentucky pulled an upset against Georgia. I don't see it happening. I do feel like
Georgia's not unbeatable, though. That's not what I'm saying.
Georgia always find a way to beat themselves. Who's going to be the team, though? South Carolina, they slip up on them. They already beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
The only team that's going to beat Georgia is Bama. That is it.
The only teams on their schedule, other than Bama, that could possibly even make you want to think about it is Kentucky and Florida.
Yeah.
Florida.
If Florida,
I think Florida matches up better.
If Florida could throw the ball on a consistent basis, they would have a chance of beating Georgia.
Yeah.
But
I think Florida's a better matchup. I don't think Florida. But I think Florida's a better matchup than Kentucky.
Why are they not going to Anthony Richardson for it? I've been trying to figure that out for the last month and a half.
I don't know.
Richardson, he was hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he get hurt? And then
he did. He
came back, but he still don't look the same.
Started looking a little decent, so they stuck with him.
Yeah.
He started playing better, knowing
he had his best game. Emory Jones had his best game.
I heard Dan Mullen was hot after that game yesterday.
Oh yeah, he was cussing both of them out doing halftime.
Y'all better watch out now. Tennessee's looking pretty good with that deflated team.
Tennessee gonna be all right in a couple of years. They can score.
Yeah, I mean, they got a coach that he preps for the game. He's got the team ready and he's got a good offense.
Yeah,
so, I think he's done a good job.
They got good receivers.
Yeah. And it's crazy because all those players left Tennessee. I mean, that shows you how talented Tennessee actually is. They just need the right. They actually got a good coach that knows.
Hyper doing a great job. Hyper doing a great job coaching them boys.
He know what he's doing. He always has a good game plan together.
I thought he was stupid for leaving UCL.
Hold on a second. I got a $5 donation. Now, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this guy's name, but appreciate the $5 donation. Georgia will beat Kentucky by at least 3 touchdowns, but I believe Kentucky will expose some weaknesses.
I can see that.
Georgia weakness is their secondary.
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
Just ain't nobody took advantage of it.
If you had to point out any secondary, any weakness, it would be their secondary. Because mostly
you ain't seen it yet because nobody else has taken advantage of it.
Yeah, it's inexperienced. Like there's a reason they brought in Darian Kendrick because he was he brought in and he started right away because he's got like more starts than like all of them.
And I appreciate that $5 donation, boss. I made a little bit of money.
But you're not going to be able to run on Georgia.
Yeah,
so you got to mix it up.
Yeah.
If you can attack their secondary and pick up the blitz, you can beat them.
Yep.
You got to attack them over the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody can't handle 99 pushing their pocket.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you ain't got you don't got time. You
ain't got time. You don't got time. You got less than 3 seconds. So unless you go max protect, unless you're gonna hold 6 or 7.
I think they're gonna scheme it up.
Since we got a Florida guy on here, what's the deal with Dan Mullen? Are y'all still screaming firing him? Because last week y'all was screaming firing him.
Some people said
Grantham and fire the other guy.
It's not even Grantham. It's not even the defense. The defense doing their part.
Yeah, the defense has honestly been okay this year.
Defense doing their part. It's not the defense. It just
you know what I noticed
last week. He just called a little. I don't know. He wasn't aggressive.
All right, so we got Pope in the building. 863 Seminole. What's going on with you, boss?
What's going on, fellas?
All right. So chime in. What you think about the conversation so far? Which one you want to chime in on?
I'm just whatever y'all talk. What we talking about right now? Kentucky.
Okay, so the question earlier, since Seminole related, the question earlier was the percentage of you guys actually beating Clemson.
I said 20.
I say 40.
Now we do have a Clemson
my problem.
Yeah, I think 40 is too much, and I think by the time that game is played, I think Clemson's offense will be at least better.
My biggest issue with that game is I still don't know if we can block Clemson. That's my biggest issue with that game.
Yeah. They lost their best defensive lineman.
Our offensive line has some trouble with Jermaine Johnson now. Jermaine Johnson is he's gonna go in the first round.
Jermaine's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with your boy DJ. He kind of not living up to the billing, but
yeah.
I just don't have faith in our offensive line. You got to give Clemson this credit. Their defensive line is still pretty legit.
Yeah, and that's despite all we had some injury. With Brissy and Davis out, but they still been balling. But
but I do think I think Florida State gonna come to that game with some confidence and with some momentum. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, y'all offensive line played pretty decent.
Well, played good. We didn't give up a sack yesterday, so
yeah,
they played real good.
And UNC's got some dudes on that defensive line now. So
they do.
FSU, we're I don't know if I want to say we're turning a corner, but I think they are starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, I think.
Let me ask you this too.
They have an identity on offense. Y'all have an identity on offense.
Would you credit y'all not back more on the mobility of Travis?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I credit. If you've been paying me any attention all year, stick with a quarterback.
Yep.
That's been the issue. I don't understand why this staff why we were rotating Milton and Travis. Now, I'm cool with Travis. Hey, stick with him the rest of the way, but you didn't give any quarterback, in my opinion, even an opportunity to flourish. They switched them out every other game and every other series.
That's true.
I'm asking this too. I'm not sure if you got any inside source or anything on this, but how much did y'all pay the ref not to call him holding on Syracuse?
Man, stop.
Stop it. Hey,
Man,
I ain't gonna knock any of that. Florida State deserved that win. They won that game.
Y'all deserve a win because y'all play hard.
Yeah,
it just be y'all offensive play calling sometimes just be questionable.
Listen, like if you go back to if this was Willie Taggart, and I'm not trying to knock Willie Taggart, but if this Willie Taggart, they would have quit. This team would have quit.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Hey, I don't like talking about Willie too much, but I'm not gonna dispute what you just said.
Yeah. So
shout out to Willie too, man. He's doing pretty good down there.
Yeah, he is, and that's not enough. And I think Willie got a.
I thought they lost yesterday.
I think they did, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they lost yesterday.
Didn't they? I thought they beat FIU.
I mean, FIU, I don't think had a Power 5 win since Miami.
That might be.
I ain't even trying to be funny.
That's true, though.
I think that's true. I'm not even trying to be funny. I think that's true.
They lost to UAB. That might but they're 3-3 though. They're 3, so like they're not.
Yeah. They 3-3.
They solid.
Yeah.
Perry playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they solid.
JP says he likes what Norvell is doing. So.
Well, I don't, but okay.
I'm still 50-50 on him. I'm not really fully
Y'all
on,
need
but
to hire a better offensive coordinator.
The one thing I'll give Norvell credit for is he knew going in that this was going to be a rebuild.
That's the only thing I give him a pass. I don't know if a pass is the word, but that's the only thing. Like he took over a legit rebuild there.
Yep. I mean, when you fire, and going back to, and this ain't about Willie, but just when you fire a coach. After like one and a half seasons, you basically have said, all right, we're just going to tear all of it down and build it back up.
You're right. And I also think this doesn't get talked about enough if we want to talk about Willie for a little bit. One of the reasons why Willie also got the short lease that he got, we can go into a bunch of different reasons, but look at the roster Willie inherited.
Yep.
Brian Burns was on that roster. He's in the NFL tearing things up.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Akers was on that roster. I can go on and on about the NFL players that was on that roster.
Marvin Wilson.
I'm gonna say this too, because
all them boys was on that roster, man.
Asante Samuel looking like
Asante Samuel was on that
Asante
roster.
Samuel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nasty.
That's what I'm saying.
I kind of see the same trend with Manny because right now we're playing seniors that don't look too good, and we brought in 2 top classes the past 2 years, and we're not playing none of those guys.
Well, Manny's fighting for his job security.
To relate to what happened with Willie Taggart brought in top classes. He just didn't play his guys.
Well,
Yeah, he thought he had enough time to get rid of Jimbo guys. And
Yeah, that's all.
And I think the biggest thing was that when he was recruiting, he was selling that Florida State was going to compete right away.
I gotta debunk that class thing. If you want to look at the class ranking, you're absolutely right. It was a solid class. But if you look at that class, he didn't recruit one offensive skill position player. No quarterback, no running back, no receivers.
And y'all still suffering from that.
I was just about to say, and if you look at our skill positions, our receivers are
just about
terrible.
to say
we don't have Sam Howell, but he messed that up.
Who?
Remember, we had Sam Howell, but he messed that up because he let the offensive coordinator only recruit Sam Howell. And when the offensive coordinator left, Sam Howell, he never went to North Carolina.
Yeah,
that's my point. He didn't land him. So you're talking about in 2 years, Willie don't bring in any offensive skill players, any quarterback. He loaded up on defense, and we just got a bunch of 4-stars. But you got to balance out your class, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have had Jeff Sims if he would have stayed, but he couldn't. He didn't stay, so Jeff Sims.
They fired him.
They fired him, so we replaced Sims with Purdy, which I'm still trying to figure that out.
He ain't.
You can say Willie can recruit though, right?
He's a decent recruiter in Florida.
I think that was one of the reasons why they hired him.
Yeah,
Florida guy coming back to Florida. I think that's one of the reasons why I hired him. So,
I can say this: Manny Diaz can't recruit a cup of water.
I disagree.
I disagree with that. Yeah, I think. I think Manny's. Manny's just a fine recruiter.
He can do a little recruiting. He just can't develop.
Put my hands on my head and listen to this, please elaborate.
Who the hell recruited James Williams and these 5-stars y'all just got?
Avante Williams and.
But that was Abbott Bendy though. That was Bendy, really.
Bandy, okay.
Bandy ain't do that recruiting, man.
You don't think so? I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know that. I don't know who's the charge of Miami stuff.
Hey, T2, I got a question. Hey, do y'all like it? How would you feel if Miami hired Urban Meyer?
Hey man,
y'all got to stop.
To be honest,
this is the absolute worst time to hire Urban Meyer, bro.
I don't see it happening.
You might as well, because he's gonna get fired from Jacksonville.
What I think Urban Meyer would do, he'll come down here, rebuild the program, probably have us competing, and who knows, probably he's gonna win a championship. He's known for doing that.
Even if he
I had a conversation with my homeboy about that, and he was like, "Well, Urban Meyer," but I'm like, "Bro, he don't last long."
Hold on, we might get a championship with him, and we might get the death penalty too.
It might be worth it.
I mean,
because you already know what Urban Meyer gonna do. He gonna coach off about 5 years, and he gonna holler about his health.
He gonna quit. Yeah, he gonna quit on you now.
Yep. It's gonna be right when everything is falling apart.
Sick, and then we're gonna find videos of him at Tootsie's.
I was just about to say. Reggie made the perfect comment.
When he come to Miami, he definitely can't go nowhere.
Too much money.
Go down to South Beach. He can't go to 183rd. He can't do none of that.
This man got caught in Jacksonville at a bar grouping on somebody. What do you think he's gonna do in South Beach?
He gonna be the king of diamonds.
I can see it now. He in his robe with a mamacita. Somebody open up the door to
Hey, you know what Urban Meyer gonna do after every win? He gonna bring them dancers in from King of Diamonds in the locker room.
Escorts for recruits and all, boy. Y'all be
okay.
All right, so we got to
everybody, y'all turn the fuck up in that bitch, dog.
What?
So we got a $5 donation for Maiden Dave. He said, "This Tuscaloosa pack is loud." Basically smoking on the Tuscaloosa pack. Down goes Bama, down goes Wilder.
Oh, come on.
They still bomb squad over here. I don't give a damn about none of that.
It's tough. Appreciate that. Appreciate that $5 donation made in Dade.
Because to me with Miami, I don't know who are you gonna hire. If you fire Diaz, Cristobal ain't coming. Who you gonna hire?
But okay, seriously though, you really think Meyer would be an option with USC job open if he was hired? If he was,
I think USC would be a better option.
If I'm Urban Meyer, I would go to Miami. You got more talent. I'm in Florida. You got more talent.
USC is a premier job, bro.
Yeah, USC is like a top 5 job.
USC is a premier job, and nobody can win though. USC hasn't won since the Reggie Bush days.
Yeah, because you got to get the right guy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you still got to get the right guy.
They haven't hired the right guy.
I mean, they put
like this. Kids will go play for Urban over there in California, in LA. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. Kids will come play for Urban in Dade County. You don't think them kids in Miami won't go play for Urban in Dade County?
Miami don't got that.
Miami don't got the USC. It's not the same. I hear what you're saying. In my opinion, Miami needs a Miami type guy down there. To me, Urban ain't that.
We will not compete with USC when it comes to money over a guy like him.
Yeah.
I didn't think Urban Meyer was a Florida guy when he went to Florida, and he still won.
I mean,
Urban Meyer just wins everywhere he goes.
That's
but
Gainesville,
like,
what they do, y'all?
Cause like I said, but then y'all be talking about Bush Davis, but I'm like, Bush Davis, how old? Ain't he damn near 70? He a little bit past his prime.
And he cheats, so
no, I don't think Bush Davis is a good.
You gotta think about it. It's only a few Miami Hurricane that's talking about Butch.
Yeah, no. It's because Butch built that 01 championship team. It's just
if you can't get Cristobal, then who are you gonna get?
Oh man, listen, like I said, it's a list.
Figure it out.
It's a fantasy list. Hey, they even throw Ed Reed on there and everybody else.
Ed Reed ain't coached a day of football the day in his life.
I was about to say, would you really want Ed Reed? Because this is what I get with the Deion talk, and I'd be like, bruh, Deion got way more to prove before we talking about making him a head coach. Will Miami fans really want Ed Reed?
Listen,
or do y'all just want? Oh, because of the name, y'all think he'll be successful?
Listen, as soon as Ed Reed lose a game,
y'all gonna turn on him. Yeah, y'all gonna turn on him.
Look at Nebraska with Scott Frost.
You're gonna have some fans that get even more ridiculous and be starting comparing him with other safeties. Was he really that good?
That's facts. That is what's happening in Nebraska right now.
Honestly, no. Shout out to Scott Frost. He's actually starting to turn that thing around.
They are playing better. They are playing better. So that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying you saw the fan base. You saw the fan base start to turn on him when things weren't going well.
Yeah.
And, Scott Frost is a legend. He won them a national championship back in the 90s. He's a Nebraska legend. And so and he comes and he's it seemed like the perfect hire. He won at UCF and he comes back home and it's this big thing. It's like the prodigal son comes back. And as soon as things didn't start working out, people were questioning his legacy and wanting him fired. Like, listen, I think that would happen to Ed Reed or
what about Bill O'Brien? Y'all Canes will take Bill O'Brien?
I would
take him.
Listen, they would take anybody right now.
But I don't know because the way he handled Houston Texans and the way he messed that squad.
It's different. That's different because he was in charge of an NFL or he was a GM. Like it's a different dynamic. I don't think I would hold that against him. He was terrible and honestly he wasn't a bad head coach. He was just a bad manager of the football team and making decisions.
My point. I mean, he can call plays. He's a great play caller. But do you trust him recruiting and
I think he could recruit. I think he could. I think he would recruit fine. Honestly, I think the NFL is just different because you're dealing with grown men and. Just the way he handled stuff in Houston, I don't think that's going to translate to how he would handle college football. I just think it's different.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We got 100. Hit that like button.
Man, I believe y'all should keep Danny. You should keep Manny Diaz for one more year. I'm dead serious.
But
if you fire him, who you gonna get?
Listen. That don't make no sense coming from an FSU fan though, because FSU's not the problem for Manny.
I mean, we haven't been good in Manny's tenure.
Why are y'all FSU fans telling us to keep Manny?
We haven't seen Manny go up against a good FSU.
I mean, you guys have literally played like the worst FSU teams in history, bro.
Yeah, this is the worst FSU has been since the early 70s.
This FSU team is no different.
So, this FSU team will beat y'all.
The way they're playing right now, they could beat Miami.
They play better than y'all.
They played better football.
Be losing.
They played better football.
Look. Here's the thing, bro.
As bad as Manny is, JSU wouldn't have walked out of Hard Rock with a win.
Okay, that's fine.
I think this team is playing different football now. I'm not holding that Jacksonville State. I think they're kind of figuring some stuff out because they committed to a quarterback first of all, and I think just some of the the personnel stuff decisions are finally ironed out, and I think Norvell has got this team kind of buying in a little bit more.
And it's also Florida State, Miami on two different levels. Y'all came into the season number 14. You returned the most experienced team in college football. Y'all was supposed to not have a losing record at this point, if we're being honest. Yeah. We came into the season with still probably the youngest team in college football.
That's true.
And a ton of questions. Like everybody knew Florida State was not really going to be good this year.
Yeah, nobody. Not even the coaching staff. Not even
should have beat Notre Dame.
I thought they were going to be good.
But we supposed to be 4-2 though.
It's not even the talent.
Beat Notre Dame.
FSU got talent, no doubt about it. It's the depth. That's where I see you guys lacking at. It's the depth.
That's true, especially on the offensive line.
In certain areas,
yeah, we do lack depth. Absolutely, you're not wrong.
That's kind of, but I mean, I think,
but that's a part of the rebuild that we're
and the coaching staff, Florida State's coaching staff knew that. Like Mike Norvell isn't selling. Like the reason he got Travis Hunter was because he didn't try to sell like Florida State as like, we're gonna be competing right away. He said, listen, you're gonna be part of a rebuild.
No, Hunter been a FSU fan.
Well, Hunter's been a fan. But the reason I'm saying
Norvell is not the reason behind Travis Hunter.
No,
Travis Hunter is the reason behind Travis Hunter.
That's fair, but I think the rest of Florida State's Florida State still has a good recruiting class, and I think that because of how they're selling the program right now, I think that's why they've been able to recruit. They're not trying to present Florida State as a team that's going to be competing.
That's why I don't think y'all gonna lose no recruits like that.
Me neither. I really don't think they're going to be.
I don't think y'all gonna lose no recruits like that.
No, we're gonna lose. We're gonna
winning.
You might lose a couple.
Before, I'm gonna tell you straight up, y'all would have landed Skinner.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
If y'all had won more games than you have for the past 2 years, y'all would have landed
probably.
Skinner.
But we would have probably landed Elijah Pritchett too, if you want to be honest. But I mean, we had that almost in the bag. But you can't, like I said, you can't go 0-4, 1-4, and sell that. You can't sell that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the past 2 weeks are showing kind of a proof of concept though. So I think they're showing that Mike Norvell his vision is they're working toward it. So I don't think they're going to lose too many guys. I think
as long as we keep Hunter and we get Marvin Jones Jr., I'm fine.
Yeah, Florida State's going to keep the core of the class together.
Is there any smoke behind Hunter showing up at a Georgia game or whatever?
No, he did go to the.
He did.
That's a fact. He went to the Georgia Arkansas game. He went.
He went there. Yeah, he showed up. Yeah, he went there.
And then he was on.
He's in Georgia.
And then he was on live Instagram Live this weekend with Florida State players. So I mean, take that how you want to take it, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
So you don't think that Georgia defense kind of got him thinking?
But he gonna play receiver though.
If Hunter wanted to play, I think if Hunter wanted to play at Georgia, he would have. It wouldn't have. It wouldn't have mattered.
Clemson, Jordan, you're a Clemson guy, man. Georgia broke y'all. I can't take you seriously. What
is that? What's that got to do with that? That should. And Florida State is one of our rivals, so I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care whether Georgia gets Travis Hunter or Florida State. I don't.
Well, I know if he down so hard, you're praying that Georgia never get another player again after the way they did, y'all.
I don't care. I don't care.
They only won by a touchdown.
You act like Georgia beat us by 52 points.
Georgia didn't break Clemson. Georgia didn't break Clemson.
No.
It just Clemson
Georgia was just the right team to take advantage of Clemson's weaknesses. Georgia was just the better team, and they took advantage of Clemson's weaknesses, which was the offensive line. That's all it was. I have no issue with Georgia. I don't hate them. Like we've won 2 national titles in the last 6 months. I'm fine.
We letting T2Y off the hook. I gotta ask you some questions, T2Y, because we sitting here and we talking about Florida State and our recruiting class. Ain't y'all still ranked in the 40s?
Hell yeah.
And you're not playing, and you're not playing well. So who are y'all targets? And with them not seeing y'all play well, I mean, is there a legit chance that
Miami gonna take a bunch of transfers again next year?
I mean, 9 commits right now.
I mean, seriously, where do you see this class?
Plan on being about 16 to 18 kids. So
okay, that's fair. But I mean, y'all ain't worried about losing some of y'all guys?
Because most of y'all cornerbacks are commitments from out of state.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Miami might take a bunch of transfers again next year.
As long as they good, as long as they got the talent, I'm okay with wherever they from. It don't matter where they come from.
But I'm asking a legit question. Y'all, you not worried about your class? Though?
Miami, y'all better get.
Most of the kids in our class so far, that the ones that are actually seeing us lose and everything, they say they are committed. They are ready to come in. And
no, I don't think y'all gonna have any decommitments or anything.
Be that difference maker. So the class, I'm not worried about. The 9 that we got, I'm not worried about. Now, who we gonna pick up? That's the question.
Yeah.
Y'all better get.
The Saint was in Gainesville this week. The Saint was in Florida this week.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If y'all drop that bag, if y'all drop the bag on Basaint, that's a loss.
Yeah,
that's a big L. Because he all but was a hurricane, bro. I don't know how y'all drop that.
Literally, he literally is a hurricane.
That's what I'm saying. So if he don't commit, that's
gonna look bad.
That's a problem.
You
That's my
gotta close
point.
the deal if he still got a job.
I mean, he's gonna come if Diaz is here or not.
Okay.
Basaint, from what I'm hearing,
Why he ain't commit already? Then if that was the case.
I'm hearing, he sees the vision with Manny or without Manny.
Mm-hmm.
My question is Manny willing to play younger guys? Because he clearly do it 1 week and then he goes away from it. But now
Manny not gonna do that.
Now he's starting to show a little mixture. So I think at this moment in his career, he has no choice. You can stick to the seniors that's messing up and gonna get you fired, or you can do something about it now. I mean, at the end of the season, I don't see them keeping Manny at all, regardless. Mm-hmm. But at least go out with some.
They can't keep Manny, man.
I mean, with the way the fan base is bashing him, I don't know if y'all can't keep Manny.
Listen,
ain't no way. I don't know if you can bring him back.
There's no way Manny will survive. The beat writers, the ones that sucks up to his nuts.
That's what I'm saying. The beat writers, the former players, beat writers. I mean, I think Manny's pretty much a dead man walking.
Everybody is off with his head.
Like that.
Yeah, off with his head. So
as soon as they said about y'all don't own no buyout money, I already knew he gone.
Yeah, and that's the thing with his contract. If Manny stays unemployed for 2 years, then we do have to pay the buyout. If he don't, we don't have to pay him a dime.
Yeah.
If I'm Diaz, if y'all fire me, I'm sitting out. Y'all gonna pay me.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a coaching job.
I wouldn't take it.
Don't
call me. Don't call me.
And if I'm
I change my phone.
Change my phone number. I'm gonna tell my agent to forward their calls to the local McDonald's.
Now you gonna hit up Willie Taggart. Boy, you still working? Man,
Willie Taggart might sign.
Would y'all keep Rhett Lashley? You want make him the head coach?
Rhett Lashley gonna go take another job.
I don't see
clean house, man. Clean all that.
Yeah. I don't see
so there's not a coach on that. There's not a coach on staff you want to keep.
T-Rob, that's it.
Yeah, I was like, I would keep T-Rob. What's y'all's?
Maybe Jeff Simpson.
You got Rump getting arrested, man. What we got going on?
Listen, man. Can somebody in America
he go to jail?
Y'all tell me how this man get 30?
Man, that man was selling wolf tickets.
It's like OG Kane said earlier, man. It's like the guy get the tickets and just throw them in the glove compartment and forget about it. How you rack up 30 tickets? The average human probably don't even rack up more than 5.
I guarantee when he bonded out, that bitch was like, "Oh yeah, that's tough. You got."
Oh man,
You got caught trying to get tickets on that stuff.
Hell no.
He stood in front of the judge, and the judge was like, "You know, you got 30." Judge, that's
Wait,
tough.
night?
That's tough. That's tough, Judge.
That's tough, yeah.
Tough.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
oh Lord. Nathan Day said they just updated the story.
Rumpf is clear of all charges. They just not to release the statement.
Okay, so they basically gonna do a press to clean it up or whatever. That's tough.
It came out to be false. Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at college football this week. The top 25 teams that played and whatever, the shakeup. So you got Coastal Carolina here sitting at 6-0. They beat Arkansas State.
Yeah, Coastal the best team in South Carolina.
I think your boy what's his name over at Arkansas State, if I'm not mistaken.
Black's over there. Yeah, Black's over there.
How's he doing? Have y'all even checked?
He's had some good games from what I've seen.
Yeah, some good games.
I don't think he's the full-time starter though.
Yeah, and Arkansas State just ain't good. They're deep.
I think
that was going to be my next question.
I think they rotate quarterbacks.
That was going to be my
I'm
next
gonna tell you the team
question.
to watch out for. I'm gonna tell you the team to watch out for is that damn Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati
If Cincinnati wins out, they in the playoff.
Yeah, I asked that because I know Jaron Williams. He transferred out of Miami. He's third string at USF right now.
Yeah, he just living life right now.
I know Tate Martell is third string.
Yeah,
he's third or second string over at UNLV. So that just kind of show you the transfer.
I didn't even see him on the depth chart when they were last time I checked. Like he was hurt or something. I thought he was hurt.
And then you got N'Kosi Perry over at FAU looking like damn near the best quarterback in the state of Florida. That's tough.
Dolphins and Hurricanes just the same. They missed on the portal, and the Dolphins missed in the draft. Boy, I'm so mad, bro.
Cincinnati handled business 52-3 over Temple.
Temple got one of Georgia's old backups, DeJuan Mathis. He played. He played against Arkansas last year. You remember that opening week in Georgia looked terrible, and then they put Stetson Bennett in. Yeah. DeJuan Mathis at Temple.
You got Arizona State beat Stanford 28-10. After the week before, you seen Oregon lost to Stanford. So
you know Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. You know Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
Hey, Herm's doing a solid job over there.
Stanford ain't been that bad though. They've been their quarterback. He's gonna be good.
All right, so you got, of course, the Alabama meltdown last night.
y'all so happy for that Alabama game.
I mean, at this point, I just want
they're gonna win the damn SEC.
But how they losing only number 5, dude, to an unranked team?
Listen,
but A&M not that bad.
A&M has talent.
The reason why I'm so happy that Alabama lost is because since week 1, after they beat us, their fan base didn't move on. If I put out a video talking
because you talk so much trash, T2Y.
Yeah, you did talk them up.
At the end of the day,
you can't call them a baby offense.
Yeah. Listen, if I put out a video talking about ice creams and candy, they'll come in there and still comment some bullshit.
Bro, your troll game is heavy, so they gonna come back at you, especially when they blow you out.
And exactly,
you came at the king, bro.
Since I got around.
Hey, but I do get T2Y. You got to keep that same energy.
Exactly. That's why I told him. Listen, I understand y'all beat us. Y'all beat the bejesus out of us. Y'all beat us so bad, I can't explain it. Listen, on our obituary after that game, it was unknown. They beat the crisis out of us, but that ain't got nothing to do with us. What Texas A&M did.
Y'all boys got cremated. Y'all got turned into ashes.
When Jimbo Fisher put out a public service announcement, I'm finna whoop your ass, and he come out and do it, you gotta talk about it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Talk about it.
A lot of coaches put their foot in their mouth.
Jimbo Fisher was at last night, and he said the ACC was better than the SEC.
Last night, what you seen with Texas A&M versus Alabama was basically Wilder versus Fury.
That was a good game.
It was a good game.
That's why A&M was so. That's why A&M has been so bad. They were sandbagging, bro. They prepare all off season for this game.
Well,
Jimbo
as
was
a-
like, I'm beating Saban this year.
as,
Listen,
uh,
man,
He
that
had
kicker
the D line to do
that
it.
kicker came out on the field. That kicker pressed R2, L2, B button, back and forth, and did that.
And listen. I think the reason A&M was able to beat Bama, I think Florida kind of exposed some of Alabama's issues, like off on the offensive line when they're playing in a hostile environment, and that silent count, like they were timed. You saw A&M, and they got the front set. They got a better front seven than Florida, so they were able to time up the snap count, and they were all over Bryce Young. Like that was. You got to give it up. I mean, I know they gave up 38, but I think their defense played really well. And
as somebody who used to have Jimbo as his former head coach, this is typical Jimbo fashion right here.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna drop games that you're gonna be like, what the hell, bro?
Yep.
Yeah, just last week they were talking about fouls.
They lost to Mississippi State.
they lost back to back. Arkansas, Mississippi State. They lost back to back weeks.
Just last week before that Bama game, they were talking about thinking about maybe we have to fire Jimbo, but then but he won now.
But Jimbo Fisher will have a game where he's in his bag and will call a hell of a football game.
Yeah, and he picked a hell of a game to do it. Yeah,
that was last night.
And you know what? Hey, I'm still mad about that 2012 season. He fucked that one up.
Bruh, who you telling?
We were supposed to win back to back, 12 and 13.
In his run, he probably should have had at least 2 at Florida State. He should have had at least 2.
Yeah.
At least 12
you
and
could
14.
argue 3. You could argue 12, 13, and 14.
Yeah, 14.
That 14 team, there were a lot of issues.
We had a lot of issues. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of it had to do with Jimbo again. But.
Yeah.
And Jameis.
So you got number 2 Georgia, number 18 Auburn. Georgia started off pretty slow in the first quarter, and then after that they just ran away with the game. 34.
Auburn team pretty decent.
Yeah, they played decent the first quarter.
Yeah, but they just
Georgia best team in the nation right
but
now.
they just went against the buzzsaw. You do went against the buzzsaw.
And listen,
you seen what Bama and Georgia did to Arkansas and Ole Miss, and you watched their game yesterday. It looked like a Big 12 game.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all this: y'all think Georgia gonna break Florida like they broke Clemson?
I'm just going.
Florida ain't gonna score on Georgia. Defense stout.
Man, they gonna beat that.
Georgia gonna beat
the beard off.
27-10. 2017, that's gonna be the score.
My thing is, if you follow that rivalry, Georgia usually struggles in that game.
Yeah, it's never a blowout.
I don't think this year is gonna be that. I think this year the most anticipated thing about that game is what Dan Mullen's gonna say in the press conference. I think that's pretty.
Well, they better go get Cody for that game, bro.
All right, so we had a thriller. We got Penn State number 4, Iowa number 3.
We're gonna beat Georgia.
Came down to the end. Iowa pulled it off by 3 points. Y'all feel like Iowa's legit?
No.
I think their defense is legit.
They go against Ohio State, they get beat.
I think their defense is legit, but like they're not going to score points on anybody. And listen, they beat Penn State with their backup quarterback. That backup quarterback for Penn State is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. He played horrible. My God.
What's the odds of them actually staying the number 2 team in the country the whole season?
Zero.
I'd have to see.
They got a better chance because Iowa doesn't have to play Ohio. They don't have to play Ohio State. They don't have to play Michigan. They don't have to play Michigan State, at least in the regular season.
See, I was just about to ask, what's the schedule?
Because Michigan State.
No, because they in the West. Iowa's in the West.
There might be some controversy at the end of the season because if they go undefeated,
they're in.
They're going to end up losing in their conference championship game. Are they going to give them the same leverage that they would have given Alabama or Georgia?
No, because we've seen this. We've seen this question before with Ohio State and Penn State a few years back, and they didn't give Penn State the nod.
Yep, they put Ohio State in over Penn State.
Yep, they put Ohio, but Penn State won.
Because Penn State had lost the game.
If they meet Ohio State beat them. Ohio State gonna get in, and Iowa's not gonna get in.
Yep.
Ohio State got too much team speed for Iowa.
I agree. I agree. I think Ohio State would win pretty comfortably against Iowa.
I agree.
High scoring game. Oklahoma versus Texas.
How did
That game-
Texas lose this game,
Yeah,
bro?
Texas
That game
supposed
was-
to win
that
that
game-
game, bro.
Pay attention to the first quarter.
That game was so fun.
Texas put
Yeah, it
up
was.
28
It
points
was.
in the first. Oklahoma 7. 21-point lead. Oklahoma scored 13. They scored 10. So they go into halftime literally with the game in their hand. Big adjustment for Oklahoma came in the fourth quarter. They put up 25 on them.
Yeah, Rattler might as well go ahead and hit the transfer portal. His
Yep.
time looks done.
Yep.
They-
Caleb
So for the
Williams.
NFL, huh?
The fans was killing him.
They've been killing him all season because he ain't been playing well. I mean,
Yeah, he hasn't
it's
played well at
deserved,
all.
bro. Yeah.
They said
I
Lincoln
mean,
Riley
he
still
struggled. I
starting
watched
next
them
game.
struggle against West Virginia, and then for the next 2 games, West Virginia's been getting their ass handed to them.
Yep. Oklahoma, the offense doesn't run as smoothly. It doesn't run as smoothly with Rattler. That's just facts.
And this, that Caleb,
But it don't
Caleb
matter
Williams
who
is
your
his name,
quarterback is when you give up 50 points a game, no?
bro. This Caleb Williams dude was throwing 50 yards off his back foot. He was just out there playing sandlot football yesterday. It was crazy
different.
to watch. He's different. Yeah,
he looked like a bigger version of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's a gamer, bro. He makes plays. He's just different.
That's true.
Kyler Murray.
Bro,
they
they defense give up 50 points a game. It don't matter who your quarterback is at that point.
Now, as we know, both of these teams are going to move into the SEC. I think, to be honest with you, they're going to struggle.
I think they both will benefit. Look, bro.
Because defensive wise, they don't show. To me, they don't show nothing on defense. It's all offense with them.
But
Texas started off a little bit better with the defense.
Neither did teams like A&M in the past in Missouri. When you get to the SEC, they're going to start recruiting SEC boys. And right now, Jimbo's got a little bit of a bump over the Longhorns. But once that gap's going to close dramatically once Texas is in the SEC.
Nah, Jimbo is a better recruiter than Sharp.
Only time will tell.
He might be, but guess what? I used to live in Texas. That's Longhorn country.
Jimbo is that dude, bro. We got to keep it 100, even though we Canes fans.
No, I'm not saying he's not
some of
that
us
dude.
are. Jimbo is that dude, bro.
I'm not saying he's not that dude. I'm saying I've lived in Texas. Texas is Longhorn country.
It definitely is.
I mean, Jimbo had
Maryland
James
versus Oklahoma.
helps.
Maryland versus.
He'll never get that.
Jimbo win Alabama and took Jameis Winston though.
Yeah, Maryland.
But he'll never get that A&M. He'll never get a Jameis in A&M. Or Dalvin Cook or Jalen Ramsey in A&M,
bro. Nah, he probably won't, but Texas does produce good quarterbacks.
All right, so Maryland, Ohio State wasn't much of a game. 66-17.
Yep, that.
Nothing really to talk about. Dan Enos, this just wasn't your week. Sorry, guy. Michigan.
Make you happy, don't it?
You said Michigan
Hey,
sitting at number 9.
Michigan quality is a good team. Not motherfuckers they talking about Michigan.
I know last season and the season before, everybody was talking about getting rid of Harbaugh, and looked like he's doing pretty well so far. 6-0.
They ain't going nowhere. Who else they going to get?
Didn't they give him an extension last year?
They lowered it. They gave him a pay cut, but they gave him an extension, but cut his pay. And
they still going to lose to Ohio State. Watch.
They probably will. But listen,
I think 6-0.
They got Ohio State.
Nebraska with Frost, Scott Frost. When is his time up?
Well,
who else they gonna hire, bro? Who else are they gonna hire? It's Nebraska, bro. That's their best option.
Listen, and honestly, I think, I mean, Scott Frost he's doing fine right now. I think Nebraska's been fine. They just haven't been able to close out games. Like they've been in every game they play.
Or nothing.
If he can't close out a game, that's not doing fine.
With the way that first game looked in Nebraska, I'm shocked they're actually where they are right now.
Is that facts? Most teams would have, that would have been like they would have gone like all the way down and hit rock bottom. But they've been competitive.
Everything from the way they looked to what he said in post press conference, I was like, oh my god,
yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad game one. But he's what are they 3-3 right now? Right?
Yeah, I mean,
every game has been competitive though. Every game has been competitive.
And then they've been competitive since. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you saw them against Oklahoma. They were right there in that game. You saw them against Michigan. They were right in that game against Michigan State. They lost in overtime. Like they just.
Yeah. Sit down here. T2I got yelled at.
Speaking of Michigan State. Oh well, there's
Michigan
D-line.
State and Rutgers. Rutgers was actually they're actually like a top 10 recruiting class right now, which I don't know how he's.
Nah, they not. They was in the summer. They not no more. Bro.
Yeah,
you got to Graciano a couple years.
They've
Graciano gonna get them back up and running.
Yeah,
they still. I mean, but that's still good recruiting for New Jersey.
Yeah, it's hard to recruit to Jersey, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you guys this. Now, the Arkansas Ole Miss came down to the end, 2-point conversion. Arkansas.
Hey, I'm not mad at that call, bro.
I mean, neither.
I'm not mad at that call. I thought it was a good call.
Yeah, Lane keep owed them boys. The way he called that bullshit game last week, he owed them boys.
I say it was a good. I say it was a good call to go for it. You probably could have came up with a better play call.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody. I don't know why. It seems like every time a team has to go for two, like they always do some rollout where nobody gets open, and I'm like, what? Why are you doing? Why? Like at least run a pick or something. Like I know, like.
Now, when I was watching this game, I was like, you know what? Both of these teams look like they belong in the Big 12. There was absolutely no defense played in that game.
People need to pay attention to, and if you're not paying attention, you need to pay attention to Carroll, man.
Yep.
It seemed like this game. It seemed like the defense came to the game and they turned them around. They said, "Nope, you're not invited. Sorry."
That Carroll kid is legit.
And Kerr, he was committed to Florida.
Yeah, he was committed to Florida at one point.
Yeah.
Now, how about that Virginia Tech versus Notre Dame? Notre Dame came out with
this was a good game too.
Why is it every week it was like Notre Dame win games 32-29? It's like that.
I feel like that was the same. Didn't I feel like they beat Toledo by the same score?
Yeah, they beat Toledo 32-29. Like every y'all gonna play everybody 32-29.
They should allow.
So you can put up more than 32 on Notre Dame, you'll beat them.
Hell, we couldn't. What do we put up?
They put up 38 or something like that.
Yeah, we couldn't.
Yeah, we put up 38.
Yeah, that's
Look
tough.
at the Irish, man.
Yep. Virginia Tech was up 29-21, and they just imploded at the end.
So I know this is gonna sound bizarre. I'm not talking about basketball, but Kentucky is undefeated right now.
Yep.
LSU, they blew out LSU. This is Manny.
That didn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, they about to get blown out.
LSU bad.
This game was LSU's got so many issues, like not just on the field, but internally.
Quarterback. Once LSU find a quarterback, all the issues will be fine.
No, well, they need to find a running game first. They can't run the ball. That's their biggest problem.
Yeah, LSU can't run the ball.
Like their receivers are elite.
Soccer.
They got real good receivers, and honestly, the defense hasn't been bad. It's they can't run the ball, and so the rest of the offense struggles.
All right, so you got the mighty Wake Forest beating Syracuse by 3 points, 40-37.
That shit made me mad.
In the ACC Atlantic right now.
That shit made me mad. We beat Syracuse, but we couldn't beat Wake Forest. That shit made me mad.
Hey, listen, Syracuse. Honestly, they're not as bad as I thought they would be going into the season. Mostly because I think like Sean Tucker, that running back they got is legit.
No, Dino Babers, he can coach. Dino Babers, he's a pretty good coach.
And it's different from what Dino Babers has done in the past, because you go back to like Eric Dungy, like they would just throw the ball all over the field, but no, Syracuse is just running the ball and like
Golden number 76 on the offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat.
Man,
down.
get out of here, man.
Well,
when does Clemson play Wake?
We played them at the end. I think like the game before. I think it's our last ACC game. I think we played them.
That could be.
That's the game of the year of the ACC.
Yeah, I'm about to say that could be the.
Honestly, they got to play state. They got to play state first.
NC State, NC State solid squad.
I think Clemson could probably catch another loss before they get to them, though.
Maybe. Yeah.
But Georgia did kind of break Clemson.
Stop saying that.
If you watch Clemson versus Boston College, Clemson's offense they played well. Like Kobe Pace is nice. And Phil.
I also watched Georgia Tech versus Clemson, and it didn't look too pretty.
That was 2 weeks ago. I'm talking about now. I think Clemson's offense is improving. You're gonna see. I think we're gonna have a big game against Syracuse.
I don't know, man. I think Dabo might push him off.
You better wait for us for 40 on them. We dropped 33 on them. Y'all better get 30 plus.
Well, I'm just saying we haven't been able to score over 20 on most teams, so it's an improvement. That's all I'm saying. And our defense is good enough to keep us in every game we play. So I don't. This team ain't college football playoff worthy or anything like that. But I think we can still win the conference. I think we still have all of our goals ahead of us in terms of that. I think we can win the conference and go to a decent bowl game.
We ain't talk about that Florida Vanderbilt game. This go to skip that.
Yeah, we can skip that.
Ain't much.
No, BB might want to talk about that. BB might want to talk about that.
Ain't much to talk about.
No, I'm good. That don't mean nothing to me.
The Wizards went out there and they did their thing.
Man, Clemson better start recruiting some offensive linemen.
They went against Vanderbilt.
I mean, we had
Vanderbilt the last 2 weeks they lost 108-0. So it's nothing to talk about.
Exactly.
The Clemson offensive line. The Clemson offensive line issues, the Clemson has recruited the offensive line the past 2 years.
Yeah, but they're young, though, bro.
They're young. That's what I'm saying. They're inexperienced. And they're not ready. And a lot
of them are hurt.
What
about that 5-star I got last year? Is he redshirt?
What's his name?
Tristan Lay.
Yeah.
Well, he's played a little bit, but he's not ready. He ain't ready. Dietrich Pennington is out for the.
But y'all got a true freshman starting left guard, though, right?
We ain't really got to talk.
Yeah, Marcus Tate. Yeah, he's looked like a freshman. But we've had to play some young guys. They're not ready. That's what we get for not recruiting them, recruiting offensive line earlier. If you look at our 2018 and 2019 classes, no offensive line, pretty much.
But let me ask you a question, though. But why is he playing over that 5-star, even though they different positions? What was the difference?
Marcus Tate. Marcus Tate is a 5-star too. Tristan,
Marcus Tate was he from South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
now
we've got dudes in the offensive line. They're just not ready. The offensive line takes the longest to develop.
Now, what about Will
So
Shipley?
let's go into.
Don't even want him to start running back.
Let's
He's
go
trying to
into
get everybody else out.
Excuses.
Let's go into week 7 right now because we're running.
Everything I say is an excuse.
So let's go into week 7. So basically, this week, top 25 games. And we'll pull up the ACC and a couple other conferences. But for the top 25, you got Cal 1-4 versus Oregon at number 9.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Skip next.
Yeah, Oregon should.
Yeah,
ain't nothing to talk about.
Oregon.
I don't know now. Oregon coming over there low.
No, Cal can't do it.
You want Oregon to lose, so Chris
That's
the only reason
Y'all
why
still ain't gonna get him.
Nah, we gonna get him. Definitely gonna get him.
All right,
We
San
definitely
Diego
gonna
State, San Jose. Nobody cares about that. Here's a good one. Cincinnati.
UCF and Cincinnati could be.
Cincinnati gonna beat the brakes off them.
I'm going UCF with the upset. I'm
going
UCF.
Cincinnati's a 20-point favorite too.
UCF ain't that good.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with
Michigan
State. Orlando.
Kenneth Walker.
I could understand picking UCF against the spread.
I stay in Orlando.
Yeah, plus the game is in.
I stay 20 minutes from UCF.
The game is in Ohio.
I think UCF could cover, but I ain't. Don't no.
All right, we can move on.
Yeah,
Michigan State,
Michigan
Indiana.
State easy, bro.
Michigan
Kenneth Walker.
Michigan State.
Indiana ain't good. It could be a close game though. But
It could be a close game, but they
Walker,
say the line is only 3. The line is
Oh,
only 3 points, so something going on that we don't know.
Well, Michigan State don't be blowing anybody out except Miami. But
Oh.
Michigan State don't be blowing anybody out.
Bro, it was close.
He tried to slip that one in there quick.
That one grazed me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't got to bring up old stuff. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, is that
I had
from
to.
the
It was
Clemson
right there.
shit? Don't y'all got DJ as quarterback?
Hey, we still got to win a record. We still got to win a record. So.
Bro, y'all gonna be doing the same thing
16
Oklahoma
doing
State
nothing,
Rivals next year, bro. Y'all gonna be calling for that that freshman from Texas next year.
We might. You damn right. We might, and he's good though. So
I didn't realize Oklahoma State was undefeated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they undefeated.
Oh. Who y'all
No,
rolling?
they balling.
Oklahoma, y'all rolling with Texas. Texas a 5-point favorite.
I don't know.
I got Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State pretty good. That Oklahoma State, especially defensively, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they good.
Texas at home.
I'm gonna take Texas though.
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas be beating up on Oklahoma State though.
I'm gonna take Texas.
I got Mike Gundy, and I'm a man.
But I
I'm
don't know.
54.
Oklahoma State might come out there and play them harder because they even, they might want to give them a nice goodbye, go to the SEC kind of treatment.
Oklahoma State always struggles with Texas though. They don't.
I'm gonna take Texas.
I'm gonna take Texas. BJ Robinson.
I'm gonna take Texas, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Auburn and Arkansas.
I got Auburn. Upset.
I got Auburn in this one.
Give me Auburn.
I got Arkansas.
I'm gonna take Arkansas.
I'm taking Arkansas,
bro.
I'll take Arkansas.
Oh man,
Bo Nix. I don't trust Bo Nix.
Arkansas ain't gonna lose 2 straight.
I like Kendall Browns, but I'm gonna take Auburn in this.
So we got
Florida. I don't trust Bo Nix.
Florida versus LSU.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. LSU as long as they don't throw a damn shoe.
Yeah, if they don't throw a shoe.
Yeah, long as
Florida
beat LSU, long as they don't throw a damn shoe.
Oh, it is in Death Valley though.
Edo's another.
They gonna fire Ed Orgeron.
LSU.
Yeah, he's another
I
dead
think,
man.
Yeah, it's there,
But that game is going to be closer than what people might think.
I'm gonna take LSU for the upset.
I kind of want to take LSU for the upset.
we know you
they're at
will.
home.
Yeah, I mean,
No, only because they're at home.
take LSU,
Only
but in
because
my
they're at
mind,
home.
I'm taking Florida.
Only because
I
they're
take
at home.
LSU.
LSU has not been a good team this year.
Yeah, they.
Is it a night game?
Team last year.
No, you're right. I'm gonna go with Florida though.
Orgeron got that number.
I'm gonna go
Got
with
damn Mullins' number. I'm gonna take LSU for the upset.
I will say this: if he does lose the
Ain't no shoe throwing this year.
Edo might get fired after that game.
I'm surprised he ain't been fired yet already.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
Yeah.
No. They probably gonna wait till the end of the year. They ain't gonna fire
Texas
him yet.
A&M.
He did win them a national championship, so they
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
they
He
gonna
did
give him
win
the
the championship, so
respect.
they're gonna wait till the end of the year. They
Yeah,
ain't
they
gonna
gonna
fire
give
him
him
right now. They gonna,
Yeah,
they gonna get
Joe Burrow and Joe Brady won that championship.
that's true. That's true, but it's still a respect thing. They're gonna be like, "Well, you were the head coach."
Yeah, I get you.
And
Yeah.
to Ed Orgeron's credit, he brought Joe Brady in and Joe Burrow from the transfer portal.
Yeah,
Right.
he did.
The fall
He
off has
did.
been crazy there. I don't even understand why the fall off so been.
I think LSU still drunk off their national championship.
That's what
You
it
know
seems
why?
like,
Because they not good as defensively as they normally be. That's the biggest problem with LSU. They're not good defensively.
That's the I think just internal. They got so much going on with the NCAA and stuff. It's just not a good.
That's true.
They're just not really healthy right now internally.
Damn, Cedric, it's like that, bro.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, 58-6.
That's worse than last year.
Nah, Cedric, he just tripping. Is he a Miami fan?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh yeah, he just want Manny to get fired. That's all.
Man, damn.
There's no way you win.
He done lost faith. Like he done.
Hey, vodka drinker. That's a good song.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna be at home for that game, but if we lose that game, I'm gonna go outside and cry in the car.
Is that
but look, honestly,
You been crying in the car,
it wouldn't surprise me because Manny Diaz, every time he play Mac Brown, he just shrivel up.
I'll be drunk as hell watching that game.
Is that a home game for Miami or what?
Mac Brown owns him.
They gotta go to Chapel Hill.
Oh, again?
Chapel Hill, man.
Didn't y'all have to play?
Listen, I would say we
Yeah.
should beat them because FSU beat them, but we saw what happened last year.
FSU beat them
You
last
can't say that.
We saw what
FSU is
happened
better than y'all.
Listen, I'm just
Two
gonna
running
sit back.
backs go for 200
I'm
yards.
just
What
gonna
they
sit back
do?
and watch this game play out.
Mac
Man,
Brown just
chill
scared.
out.
Mac Brown just
FSU
scared
is
of
not
Florida
better
State
than
because
that,
he
bro.
went to
Chill out with
Florida
all
State.
that. FSU
And he
is
blamed the
not better.
media for why North Carolina's losing.
He did. He'd be like,
So I
he's
think
like
it's
the
safe.
media hyped this team up. I'm
Come
like,
up.
I think it's safe to say that everybody would pick Texas A&M over Missouri. So
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Missouri's defense. Have you seen
What is
Missouri's
bro?
defense? It's one of the worst in the Power Five.
what is it gonna take for Kentucky to get
They
this
not
win?
scoring
They
a
are a
touchdown on
22 and a
defense,
half
bro.
point underdog.
They quarterback got to play like Joe Montana or
It's
somebody.
they're gonna need Stetson Bennett to throw at least two or three picks. Like they gonna need
that
the
still
turnover.
ain't gonna be
He
enough.
can.
Which he can
That still ain't
do.
gonna
Which
be
he can
enough.
do.
He can.
Yeah, so that's what they're gonna need to happen. They're gonna have to win the turnover battle. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna have to happen, and get short
You
fields.
got turnover in field position.
Number 6 on their D line, Kentucky
ain't gonna
D
be able
line
to.
though. He good.
Yeah, Kentucky ain't gonna be able to drive down the field.
Nah.
They're not
Yeah,
gonna be able to.
They field position.
They gotta force turnovers and win field position. That's the only way I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Game being close.
Kentucky's gonna win, but I personally believe Kentucky matches up. Now, it being an away game does mean
that's the
a
problem.
little bit more.
What
But
you
here's the
talking about, bro?
Here's the thing.
That
Like,
game gonna be like 24-10 or
I'm
24-13.
very interested to see that O line versus that D line. I think Kentucky
Bro, they
can
don't
run-
match up
can
in
run the
no
ball.
phase, bro.
I don't-
Georgia's too big.
That
too
O line
strong,
does
too
run
fast.
that O line definitely matches up against that.
No, they
defensive
don't, bro.
Oh yeah, it does.
No, they
the O
don't,
line
bro.
is okay. The O line
Yes,
is
they
pretty
do.
good, but I don't know if they're elite. They're not elite.
Come on, bro.
Like Georgia's look, defensive line. Listen,
Georgia got a different type of athlete than Kentucky. We all
That's
know that.
facts.
At
And
every
listen,
position.
Yeah, at your skill position, I'm telling you, the
At
trenches
every
match. The
position,
trenches
dude.
match.
But that's the thing. Kentucky match up in the trenches with a lot of SEC teams for the
That's
last
what I'm
3 years.
saying.
Not
That's what
Georgia
I'm
though,
saying.
bro.
The
Not this
trenches
year, bro.
match
They
up.
different. They
nah,
different.
listen.
Georgia don't have a dominant O line though.
So, Pope, you say you going with Kentucky?
Georgia.
No, I'm not-
Georgia's
no.
O line been ball. Georgia's O line has been pushing.
No, I wouldn't say I'm picking.
T2 by Friday, he gonna go with Kentucky.
No,
Listen,
He gonna go.
I'm gonna go with Georgia,
Kentucky
but-
by Friday.
But that 22
Hey,
point,
Pope gonna get on that hand.
I think Kentucky covers that.
Hmm.
that 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I said that
Their
Kentucky's
defense
gotta
too
win.
good to get blue eye. I don't think they're gonna get blue eye.
I said Kentucky's got to win the turnover battle.
I'm gonna
Like
go out my way.
that's gonna be hard because Kentucky's been turning the ball over all year.
They have.
That's true.
Listen,
That is true.
every single season we see Georgia drop the ball against somebody. I think if I'm gonna give them a loss, this is gonna be the game. So I'm gonna
Nah, T2Y. If anything, it's gonna be against
I'm
Florida.
gonna roll with Kentucky.
Yeah, I think
If anything, it's gonna be against Florida.
Can't
T2Y.
change my
Yeah.
mind.
I think if
Can't
any
change
team
my
on the
mind.
schedule if any team on the schedule is gonna beat or give Georgia a game, it's gonna be Florida.
Listen,
Y'all
Yeah,
must
it's
ain't
gonna be
seen
the game.
Georgia before.
listen, you're not gonna change my mind.
Tennessee probably can do it
T2Y.
because they got the receiver.
T2Y.
Nah.
Let's keep it 100, gang.
You're not gonna change my mind.
I understand.
Defense
Bro.
wins
Kentucky
I'm
don't got
rolling
a
with
shot, bro.
Kentucky. If
I'm
Kentucky,
keeping it 100. This ain't I ain't got no horse in the race. I don't dislike Georgia. I'm just telling you
Kentucky-
when I watch the
Nah,
game.
I just
That's
know
what I see.
Kentucky don't got the athletes to match up with Georgia.
Okay,
at
on
no
the skill
position.
positions, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
but
you're right
we
on
ain't-
that
we ain't
part.
talk- we ain't talking.
But the
I'm
SEC
talking
is one in the trenches.
I'm talking
And
in the
Georgia,
trenches, and
the
Kentucky
defensive
has
line in the trenches is the best in college football right
and
now.
Kentucky,
Facts.
in my opinion, has the best O line. But if you don't think one, it's still one of the top 5 O lines in the
Yeah,
country.
one.
I
Yeah.
can get with that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll with Kentucky for the win.
Can't nobody run on Georgia though. What are you talking about?
Kentucky beat Georgia.
Nah, you're right.
They got that big nose.
You can't
tackle.
just run
That's
at
the-
them. You
that's-
can't just
that's
run the
only-
ball at them.
That's the
You
only
gotta
problem.
mix it
Nobody's
up.
been able to run on Georgia all year. I mean, Chris Rodriguez is a good running back. He a real good
Yeah.
running back. But like
And they don't
nobody's
got the
been
wide
able to run
receivers
on
the
Georgia all year.
outside,
And
you
Will
know what I'm saying,
Levis,
to get open. One-on-one matchup.
I wouldn't want to run on them. I
and the
spread
problem
them
with Will
out too.
Levis, the problem with Will Levis is he's gonna lock onto whoever he wants to throw
Yeah.
to. He's throwing it whether
He
they
gonna lock
cover
it on
or not.
Robinson. That's how they got Rodell Robinson.
They played Georgia the same way they played the Gators. I'm rolling with Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Who's home?
Nah.
Georgia, right? They ain't got a shot, bro.
Georgia and Florida ain't even the same team.
Florida had 14 penalties.
Yeah,
Georgia ain't gonna have 14 penalties.
yeah, that's listen, Kentucky, they turned the
that was
ball
the
over
biggest
too much
difference in the game.
Dan Mullen just got
Kentucky turned the ball
out-coached,
over
bro.
against us twice.
Kentucky has lost.
No, he didn't
Kentucky has
get
lost the
out-coached.
turnover battle in like
He got
every game they
out-coached,
played.
bro. Because Florida got way better athletes, bro.
The quarterback only threw for 79 yards. The
Bro, they got
difference
way
was
better
we
athletes,
had
bro.
too
Come
many
on now, bro.
penalties. We had too many penalties. It don't matter. We in the red zone, but we go for it. No holding, false
Bad
start.
discipline. That's
Yep.
coaching. Bad
How you gonna win?
Did Florida outgained them by like
You can say discipline. Yeah, it was bad. Yesterday was bad. We did the same thing against Vandy. We had 11 penalties.
All right.
If y'all play like that versus
BYU
Georgia, y'all ain't winning.
BYU versus
Y'all
Baylor.
definitely gonna give them a game, though.
No, we can't play like that against Georgia. If we play like that, we're gonna get whooped.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
Georgia gonna smash.
BYU doesn't have their quarterback back, then they give me Baylor.
Hey, bro, why is Jones still starting for y'all? Come on, why? Make the
Emery-
move.
Because Richardson was hurt. Richardson got hurt.
Is he ready now? Make the moves.
He back, but he don't look healthy at all.
Oh, all right.
What happened to Midgard? Is he even playing?
Hell no.
He played yesterday, but he the fourth tailback.
I was like, is Lingard even? He ain't even the starter.
Bowman transferred over there, so Lingard fell even further down.
Bowman fifth.
Bowman is fifth.
Yeah, because Naquan and Pierce, our running back playing good.
I had so much hope for him. Like, I mean, because he came into Clemson.
So he left from Clemson to go to Florida, be fifth.
Well, he was fifth. He was fifth at Clemson.
Nah, he was
there because his grandfather stayed up there.
Yeah,
his granddaddy stayed up there.
He wanted his grandfather to see him play, and his grandfather
and passed away.
And he got home.
He's a Lakeland kid. All them Lakeland kids go to Florida.
Yeah, you know they all go to Gator.
Yeah, they all go to Florida.
Except for Sam McCall.
Roman had like 2 carries.
Sam McCall and Derwin James.
Well, Sam McCall is Durham from Winter Haven.
But Davis all know he was not. He was not going to be starting at Clemson. He was behind Etienne, who was behind Dixon. He was behind Renfrew. He was behind Kobe Pace.
If he would have stayed this year, he would have had a chance.
He would have had a chance. He would have had a chance, but he wouldn't have started. Started over Pace.
I
mean, he would have been second.
He want his boy Will Shipley to start.
Listen,
Shipley was going to be the guy.
At Clemson because
Shipley was going to be the guy. That's why Dixon transferred.
When y'all didn't run the ball as well, and Georgia broke y'all. I think y'all would have gave him some.
No, we wouldn't. Dixon had our best run that entire night, and he only got 1 carry.
I heard Dixon.
Why is that, bro? Why is that?
Yeah,
Dixon in the transfer portal.
Yeah, he's in the portal.
Because
Dabo playing favorites.
Kind of. I don't agree. I think Dixon. I wanted to keep Dixon. I thought Dixon should have been our number 1.
You should.
It is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. Shipley's hurt, but listen, Kobe Pace played well last week. And have you seen
Kobe Pace is good though.
And Phil Moffa? Did you see Phil Moffa?
He's from Georgia, right?
Yeah, he's from Georgia. That is a grown man.
Buford. He's from Buford. Yeah, Buford, Georgia. That boy good.
Ole Miss, Tennessee. Who y'all got?
We got
Ole Miss,
I got
man.
Tennessee.
I got
Did we
Ole
skip
Miss.
the Oklahoma game?
That's
Oklahoma gonna have TCU.
Oh, that's TCU.
Ole Miss
TCU.
quarterback. That dude is the truth. That he a gunslinger.
I know.
So y'all rolling with Ole Miss, rolling with Tennessee.
I like Carroll.
Ole Miss.
I'm rocking with Ole Miss.
I think I'm gonna roll with Tennessee.
Okay.
I'll go with Tennessee.
It's gonna be close though, because Tennessee can score.
Listen, every coach this man want him to lose.
That's gonna be a Big 12 game.
Yeah, that could look like a Pac-12, a Big 12 game right there.
Man, Lane Kiffin going to
LSU. That's a Big 12
game.
game.
The LSU coach.
I'm rolling with Tennessee, man. Tennessee, get them 5.
Yeah, Tennessee.
North Carolina State, Boston College.
Boston College.
NC State.
Nah. Give me NC State. Boston College. They playing with a backup quarterback.
NC State.
I got Boston College upset at home.
I'm gonna take Boston.
I want Boston College to win though, because obviously that gives NC State a conference loss.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take NC State because I don't want Clemson to have no chance of getting back to the ACC.
It don't matter. Listen, this is y'all know who's coaching NC State? Dave Dorn.
Yeah,
that man hasn't won more than 9 games in his entire career. He's been at NC State for 9 years. Hasn't won more than 8. He hasn't won more than 9 games in the regular season.
If it takes Georgia to break Clemson for him to beat Clemson, and he did it, I'm rolling with NC State, man.
I'm telling you, don't bet on Dave Dorn. NC State, that they roster is good, but Dave Dorn is not a good coach.
T2Y, Georgia didn't break Clemson, bro. Georgia just elite this year. They just elite this year.
Bro,
hey, I don't care about it anymore.
You trying to change my mind. This is how far you getting with me, man.
Did we skip some games?
Back next year.
He's gonna be TTY gonna be singing a different tune next year. We've made the playoffs 6 years in a row. We were bound to have a year like this. It was bound to happen. It happens to everybody.
Does Clemson have a bye week this week?
No, we had one this week. We played Syracuse.
No. The reason we don't see Clemson on here because they're not ranked.
Oh, this is the ranking. Oh, my fault.
Hey, where's Miami at?
I didn't know that.
Hey, where's Miami at? I don't see Miami. Miami must at least have a winning record, right? They must at least have a winning record, right?
Don't worry about Miami right now.
If we was doing the top 50, Clemson would be on here.
With Miami? I don't think so.
Hey, we know where we at this season, but damn, Clemson, y'all don't fell off bad.
Clemson gonna be just fine. Bro.
All right, so
Y'all
bro, I'm gonna say, bro,
y'all don't want to ring the D-ass quarterback, bro. That shit is dead.
So, Clemson coming into this game, they 3-2. Clemson's a 13.5-point favorite against Syracuse. I think that line's a little too high.
This man here.
I think probably should have been about 3.5, but I got Syracuse covering that line. I don't think they're gonna beat Clemson, but they're gonna come pretty close to it.
I think Clemson should win by at least 17.
At least 17.
Damn.
Oh, that shit is
I'm just saying if you watch the Boston College game, Clemson's offense is getting better. We made some changes on the offensive line, and it was a lot better. They played, especially in the run game. The blocking was way better. We ran for over 2.
I watched the Ryan Davis Hall. The DJ ukulele is a giant statue.
Yeah.
That boy
he don't run the ball more.
Listen. I care more about the running game right now than the pass. If we have a solid running game, I think our passing game will automatically get better. So
they won the championship.
Oh, we got a Georgia fan here.
I'm not worried about winning the championship. I just want to win the ACC. I mean, we out of the playoff race, so that I don't care about none of that right now. I'd like to still keep our ACC streak alive.
Man, Dabo getting just what he deserved.
Oh, man.
Dabo got 2 national. What he deserved? He got 2 natties, bro.
So you got Miami versus North Carolina. Miami is an underdog.
That's tough.
It's a 6.5-point.
That's tough.
Here we go.
This game gonna be tough.
Oh man,
I got UNC.
Hey, you know what?
Let me go back in time and go back.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna take mine in that game. Fuck it.
They still running the ball.
Game gonna be tough. I don't know.
Man, I don't know.
Bro, we gonna lose, bro.
Hey, I'm taking Miami, dog. Miami, don't prove me wrong, man.
I'm going Carolina Blue.
What y'all doing? Y'all taking Miami or y'all taking North Carolina in this game? What y'all doing?
Let's see. North Carolina, they don't have them NFL running backs this year. I got Miami by 3.
Stop it.
Hey, listen, Tyler Chandler is still a good running back, I think he's.
I got mine.
If you say you got Miami by 1, 2, 3, I'll take it. Shit.
Give me USC. I don't trust Manny Diaz against Mac Brown.
What's up?
Manny Diaz against Mac Brown. That ain't.
Like Manny said when we was about to.
Who's starting Garcia or Van Dyke?
We were about to beat Virginia by 1 point.
Garcia's still hurt.
Garcia hurt.
Yeah, Garcia will be out till November.
But Van Dyke didn't play bad the last against Virginia.
Especially, he played good in the second half.
Yeah, he didn't
like
play
Manny
bad.
Diaz said when we was about to beat Virginia by 1 point, if we make the field goal, we was about to do something special. So if we beat North Carolina by 1 point, it'll be considered special.
Especially since y'all can't seem to beat them now.
Hopefully we win. If we don't, we won't be surprised.
Yeah.
Nope.
Duke versus Virginia.
Virginia, bro. Virginia.
That's great.
That's good. That.
Hey, well, listen now. I can listen. Duke got it. If y'all know the name Mateo Durant, he's one of the best running backs in the ACC. And
listen,
Virginia.
Bro, we don't want to hear nothing about Virginia.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro.
No, listen, I'm just saying. If you don't see Virginia's defense is horrible, I can see Duke keeping it close. Virginia's defense is terrible.
No,
Virginia's winning all close games, bro.
Listen,
They did horrible against Miami.
Virginia gonna throw for 1 million yards on them. Stop it.
They might. But Duke might throw for 1 million yards on them.
If Duke beat Virginia, that's tough. I don't know what to tell you about Miami when they play Duke.
Yeah.
All right, so Pitt, Virginia Tech.
Pitt.
I'll take it.
I want to say Pitt, but Tech played a solid game yesterday, man.
Who did Pitt lose that game to?
I take Pitt.
Western Michigan.
Seriously?
What?
Yep. Yeah, they lost to Western Michigan.
Yeah. They lost to Western Michigan.
Yeah.
Who did Virginia Tech lose to? They lost to
They lost to Notre Dame and they lost to who they lose to? West Virginia.
Carolina?
West Virginia. It was West Virginia. They beat North Carolina. They lost
That's
to West
right.
Virginia.
They beat North Carolina first game.
Virginia Tech's at home?
Yep.
Yeah, but
I
I'll take it home.
I don't know who to go with.
I think Pitt's going to be able to bomb
it.
And listen,
I take Pitt.
Yeah, Virginia Tech got one of the best. They got a pretty good secondary, but Pitt's just that passing offense. They just throwing it. They just slinging it all over the place.
I'm gonna go with the home team on this one, but I think this might be like a 50-50 game. So I'll take the home team.
Yeah, hopefully
that's gonna be a good game though.
That's a good one.
We already talked about
this game's a good game too. Yeah, that Boston College NC State game.
Let's go into the SEC real quick. See the bottom feeders because they ain't in the top 10, top 25. They all probably paying each other anyway. We already talked about all of those. Oh, shit bowl. There we go. Vanderbilt versus South Carolina.
South Carolina at 20. I don't trust South Carolina as a 20-point favorite against anybody.
Man, they both
It's Vanderbilt.
Well, that's Vandy, man.
I know Vandy bad. I'm being a hater.
Vandy is real bad.
I'm being a hater, but like
listen.
That's that Clemson, South Carolina hate going on right there.
Yeah.
Vandy lost to the Gators 42-0, but don't let that score fool you. They missed 2 field goals in the first half.
Has Vandy won the game?
Oh, come on, T2.
Vandy's won 2 games. They beat
field goals, man.
Vandy beat Colorado State and UConn.
I got Vandy, bro.
They would have gave Miami a game though. They'll give Miami a game.
Everybody
of course.
beat UConn.
Shit, Appalachian State, they gave us a game.
Even UMass beat UConn.
UMass beat UConn, and UMass hadn't won a game in 2 years.
Walt Bell beat UConn.
That's crazy. That's South Carolina all day.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Everybody else is ranked though.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about all them games. Everybody else ranked. Yeah, we talked about all them games.
All right, let's go somewhere where we know a lot of people ain't ranked.
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
They got more ranked than the ACC.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. The ACC only got Wake and NC State ranked.
Damn.
and they both Wake is barely in the top 20, and NC State's like 22.
That shit is sad.
It is sad, ain't it?
They kind of disrespecting Wake, but I get
it. They are kind of disrespecting Wake. I do agree. Wake is a good team.
Did Washington win the game yet?
They won a couple. They won a couple. Why is Washington favored?
I was about to say, why is
they damn should not be.
They not better than UCLA.
They not beating.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
I mean, Washington's defense is nice. Washington got a good defense, but they can't score.
Something's got to be wrong with UCLA.
I don't know. Was that
Is their
quarterback?
Shoot, I mean, Stanford is only a 1-point favorite also against Washington State.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Washington State ain't terrible.
Yeah.
They beat Oregon State. They beat Oregon State yesterday.
And look at Arizona State. They only a 1 point.
Arizona State is good.
Yeah. Why is everybody only a 1 point favorite in the Pac-12?
Well, because it's the Pac-12. Anybody can beat anybody.
I was about to say, there's nothing that separates the Pac-12.
Yeah,
there's a lot
of parity in the Pac-12.
Shout out to Arizona.
Utah beat USC.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arizona.
Well, that makes sense. USC fired their coach. Like, and all USC is doing is throwing it to Drake London. Drake London had like 16 receptions yesterday.
That dude,
that's it.
He's nice though. Drake London might be low key might be in football.
Florida State fans, it could be worse. At least without Arizona.
Shit, USC about to have Urban Meyer, man.
Yeah, they pulling out tryouts.
Yeah,
Arizona ain't won a game yet.
Arizona. They're the only Power 5 team I think that hasn't won a game.
All right, here's another bottom feeder bowl. Nebraska, Minnesota.
I don't know,
Nebraska.
but I'm probably gonna pick
Nebraska
Nebraska.
played hard.
Nebraska. I think they
I
do.
think Nebraska win.
I'm gonna take
Minnesota. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Minnesota. They got a good head coach and they home. I'm gonna take Minnesota.
I got Nebraska.
Minnesota win this game, man. They better fire Frost. They better fire Scott.
Who they gonna get? They not firing him, bro.
They go get him.
They gonna get Scott more time.
Yeah,
Brother,
every game
they got to.
Is competitive, bro.
Hey,
It's not
brother,
like he's getting blown out.
the Big Ten is so garbage.
The Big Ten is the Big Ten is arguably the best conference right now.
What?
What you talking about?
The East.
Yeah, Big Ten got 3 top 10 teams.
You got Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan.
The only reason those teams are bad is because they're losing to the good teams.
That's it.
The Big Ten has got
the Penn State. They was 3 and 4.
The Big Ten is the deepest conference right now.
Yeah, they the deepest conference. They got like 5 teams in the top 12, top 15.
Well, because they beating all these bottom feeders.
They're winning in their out of conference games too. What you talking about?
Yeah, they went out of conference games.
Iowa just beat Penn State yesterday, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna beat up on it might not end that way because they're gonna beat up on each other. But the Big Ten
State got arguably the best running back.
Yeah, they're gonna beat up on each other.
Yeah,
they just beating on each other.
Especially the East. Yeah, the Big Ten East is by far the best. The Big Ten East is by far the best division in football right now.
Look at Wisconsin.
I don't know. SEC West.
Well, yeah, the West is good.
I don't know.
I think the West is down.
I don't know about that one. It is down. LSU is down.
Alabama.
I mean, yeah, Bama just lost last night, but
this whole year is weird, bro. We already talking about Kentucky beating Georgia and shit.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Iowa number 3, like what kind of
Bro, I love it. I mean, I don't love that Clemson it sucks, but like I love the this has been a fun season. Like it feels like anybody can lose.
That's what pisses me off the most because the ACC is wide open.
It's pretty much
the ACC is wide open. But we ain't gonna. The ACC ain't gonna get a playoff team this year.
Nah,
hell no.
No matter who wins,
it's pretty much Georgia championship to lose this year,
bro. They will put
Georgia is not gonna do it. Y'all better know Georgia gonna choke.
They
do.
It was surprising.
I'll say this. I'll say that if Georgia don't win it this year, they may never win it.
They won't never.
No. They won't never win it.
If Georgia don't win it,
there's still more games to be played. I mean, they could be like. I think Ohio State is getting better. I think Ohio State is getting better. I don't know. I mean, I think Georgia's the best team right now, but it don't mean they're going to be the best team by the end of the year. Who knows?
It's the best chance they have since the last 2 years, and they've been close.
Oh yeah. This is
look at Baylor 5-1.
Yeah, Baylor good though. They balling.
And they've only I think their only loss was to
they lost to Oklahoma State yesterday.
Oklahoma State, yeah. Oklahoma State's good.
That's a good loss, you know. So,
yeah, that's a good loss.
Baylor's been way better than expected. I thought they were going to be at bottom half of the.
That's Aranda's over there coaching them.
Yep, Aranda.
Yeah, Dave Aranda.
Y'all taking on BYU?
That's a good game all the way around.
I think it's a good game.
Man, Baylor winning that, bro. Baylor's.
I take Baylor.
BYU. The thing is, BYU is down to their third string quarterback, and that's why they lost.
Yeah, they lost to Boise State yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll take.
They finna get beat like wild.
Baylor's at home, right? Yeah, I'll take Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor home.
What about Texas Tech?
The wild fight.
Oh, Kansas
Texas Tech.
Kansas getting whacked.
Yeah, Texas Tech has been pretty solid too.
Iowa State and Kansas State.
Iowa State.
I'm going to take Kansas State.
Iowa State.
I'm taking Kansas State.
Iowa State had so much hype coming into this season too.
Well, they can't get out of their own way. They keep turning the ball over.
Yeah,
bro, they don't got the ass.
Iowa State's defense has been pretty good this year. They just can't stop turning the ball over.
What did it for Iowa State? Because we know Georgia broke Clemson, but who broke Iowa State?
Iowa. I guess. They lost to Iowa.
T2 Watt, they don't got the athletes and the team speed, bro.
That's the problem.
They got a good coach.
Yeah, they got a good coach. Campbell good.
I want to see this kid. I want to see who broke them.
Iowa
beat them. The first week, second week?
Second week.
Okay, and they beat them by 10, and then they only got they ain't lost that bad. They losses ain't
So
that
this Twitter
the losses
account,
ain't. That's what I'm saying. Iowa State's a good team. They just can't. They keep turning the ball over.
this Twitter account called Pipeline just dropped the top 5 most disappointing teams in college football.
I know Clemson's number 1.
Number one, Clemson. Number 2, North Carolina. Number 3, LSU, Wisconsin, and then Miami.
Damn, the ACC got 3 of the 5 most
ACC has
disappointing
3 of the most disappointing
teams. That's tough.
So those supposed to be the big 3.
Yep.
Yeah, coming into the year, those were supposed to be the 3 teams. Yeah.
Yep. Really, and now the 3 is Wake, NC State, and Pitt.
Man, they stupid for believing in me.
Who ever thought of that?
Oh boy!
Damn, that shit crazy.
2007 all over again. Wake is the best team in the ACC.
Yep.
Let me see if we can pull out any.
Hey, that Wake team that won the ACC, they were good though.
That was a good team. Yeah,
that was a good team. Still lost.
Yeah,
still lost to Clemson. So that's a good. They still lost to Clemson that year. So hopefully that's a good sign going into that game.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the games this week and next week. We'll see how them turn out. Now, I must say this: I do got the score 31 bye week. Florida State 3.
Okay.
Hey, T2Y. T2Y, you watched the fight last night?
I was watching Alabama.
Man, not
I
quite.
was watching Alabama, Texas A&M. Then after that, I started making videos and stuff. So I caught it at the end.
What you think about it though? The highlights.
Oh, lots of knockouts, lots of knockdowns. Shit, but that last one,
I mean, it's a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I think Wilder just got tired, basically.
Man, Fury just kept grabbing him, man. Just laying on him.
He's too big.
Wilder was gassed after the fourth
bro.
round, bro. After the 4th round, Wilder had no energy left. The fact that it went
He was
11,
trying to throw haymakers too, man. He knew.
I mean,
he knew
that's
he was
how-
going. He wouldn't
that's
have the
how Wilder
stamina.
fight though. But hey, it's still bomb squad over here. But Tyson Fury's a beast. Fury's a beast.
I think Wilder needs to hang it up at this point, man.
Let's see if some of y'all boys NFL teams lost today. See,
Yeah, he should.
I'm a Titans fan. We
My
beat up on Trevor Lawrence today.
But that Chargers and Browns game was crazy.
Man, the Packers field goal kicker missed 3
Who
field
won that
goals, but he
game?
hit the game winner though.
The Chargers came back.
Yeah, he missed 3 of them. But
Hey, Devontae
Man, I don't
Adams,
even want to hear number.
Ain't the whole Charger team full of FSU players?
oh yeah, that's been the last 2 years.
But the best,
What, Devontae
the
Adams?
best player on the team is the Clemson player.
Where on the Chargers?
Yeah, Mike Williams. He ain't the best player on the team, but he's their best receiver.
Nah, Devontae Adams
Chargers
is
won?
the best receiver now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chargers
NFL.
won.
I'm talking about on the Chargers. I ain't talking about in the league.
He better than Keenan Allen.
Okay.
I was gonna say
No, he's not. He's not better than Keenan
Dolphins
Allen.
got a win today, but
Yeah, Adams better than Keenan Allen.
No, I'm talking about Williams. Mike Williams. I said Mike Williams ain't better than Keenan Allen.
Then you got the Packers.
Chargers got the Dolphins quarterback. They should have had 2.
The Chiefs done fell off, ain't they?
Now the best wide receiver in the league is Hunter Renfrow.
Come on, bro.
And people don't figure them out. They can't run the ball. All they do is throw.
Yeah.
Hey, Winfrey, that boy laid a nice tackle
Oh yeah, I saw that.
in that game.
That man.
Yeah, I like it.
If it was Madden, his awareness got to be 99 because he sniffed
You
that
got the
out.
Lions at 0-5. God.
Hit power 99.
What's his name? Is that Florida State running back? Dalvin Cook. Is he still at
He's hurt. He's been hurt though.
Yeah,
He's been hurt though.
He hurt.
Cam Akers.
He tried to go today, but they kept him out.
Man, Antonio Brown was going off on the Dolphins.
So the Steelers,
Man, come on, man.
Dolphins, bro.
Yeah, Brown went off.
Hey, man.
damn, what the 45 to God damn.
It's the
It ain't,
Dolphins,
it ain't
bro.
what it seemed like. You feel me? It ain't what it
It
seemed like.
is. It's exactly what it looked
Dolphins
like.
garbage.
A Dolphin
Hey,
Nation,
man.
what's going on? God
It's
damn.
exactly what it looked like. Dolphins.
Man, it ain't what it seemed like. You feel me? That's I don't know what that is. Though.
That's exactly what it is.
Them Buccaneers are having fried dolphin.
That's what you call bad football by the Dolphins.
Straight up, bro. I can't even.
Buccaneers are
Man.
having fish fried, aren't they? God.
And he wasted that
They
pick
had
on
what is it?
Jalen Waddle of all people, man.
Oh, Jameis Winston throws 4
Yeah, I said that was bad.
Yeah. You see
But the
that Hail
man got
Mary?
like
Winston
he
had
got
him a
so
game
many
today.
touches.
Oh, Jameis looking like his old Heisman self, don't
Yeah.
He had a Hail Mary touchdown before the half. He just threw it up.
Yeah.
Just like he did at Florida State.
That boy Callaway's been playing real good for them.
Don't even touch. The Panthers folded today. That was
Oh
bad.
man, the Eagles went off on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Darnold played.
That should be interesting listening to Skip and Shannon tomorrow.
Yeah, because they hating on Jalen Hurts, man.
Poor
They want him
T-Law.
benched.
Poor T-Law loses again. He played good. He played pretty good. He's played pretty good the past couple of weeks.
So when they gonna fire Urban Meyer?
They just suck. Yeah, Urban Meyer don't know what he's doing.
He ain't gonna finish the season.
Y'all think Urban Meyer?
I don't know why he took that job, boy.
Man, that nigga getting drunk now.
I said before the season, Urban was going to be a disaster. So
this is one of the worst.
Yeah,
Urban Meyer
they
is
got
one of the
no
worst
talent.
hires I've ever seen, bro.
Hey, Coach, owe you a bottle.
Urban
He
Meyer
said
is
they
one of the
finna win
greatest college coaches.
the division.
That though.
Y'all think Urban Meyer?
Oh my God.
Y'all think Urban Meyer broke Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Trevor Lawrence is played good the past couple weeks.
Decent. It ain't him.
It's just he got no help.
Yeah.
What, he got no supporting cast around him. Nobody.
He got James Robinson's good, but like the defense ain't playing good, and Urban Meyer don't know what he's doing.
only thing Urban breaking in Jacksonville in his wedding is his wedding vows. That's the only thing.
Man, Urban Meyer to the U, man. We winning Natty in 3 years, 2 years. That's a fact.
We get the 6th ring and then we get probation.
Hey, I'll take
better
it.
know it.
I'll take it at this point. Wait 20 years, bro.
Boy, I tell you what, those Florida fans gonna be salty as a bitch.
No, we gonna be salty because we know what he's gonna do. He gonna quit on y'all.
Hey, long as we win a ring, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, you better hurry up and win it in 2 years because he'll quit. He'll say his head hurting.
Hey,
y'all might as well stop talking about that Urban Meyer junk.
Yeah, y'all ain't getting Urban.
What? Hold on,
you gotta pay Urban.
The Cowboys 4-1?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
They got an easy schedule, man.
They ain't play nobody.
But their defense is better this year.
Man, they look like Shannon Sharp about the whole old Skip Bayless from Mountain Dew.
But y'all know how bad that
10 cases of dew.
their division is terrible.
Money, right?
Yeah, the division's terrible.
I mean, the Giants literally had Matt Glennon out there playing quarterback.
Man, how y'all feeling about them Cardinals though, sitting at 5-0?
Hey,
I got Kyler Murray on my fantasy.
They got AJ Green. They got Hopkins. Man, they loaded.
Yeah. That team is real. They got a shoe thrower.
Whose dumb idea was it to give up Hopkins?
Bill
Texan.
Yeah, some Texans.
Hey, I couldn't be more happier, bro. I'm a Titans fan and a Clemson fan, so it was perfectly fine with me. I hope Deshaun Watson get out of there too.
Watson, come on down to Miami. He want to come here too.
Yeah, he want to go down there.
Nobody wants to go to Miami, bro.
Hey, come on, Pope, man.
Listen. Deshaun Watson would thrive in Miami.
Is Michael Thomas going to play this year? Or he want to get traded from the Saints?
Man,
that's a good question. He still ain't playing?
Well, shoot, the Saints really don't need him if you think about it.
Nah, we need him, bro.
And I'm not a big, Michael Thomas fan anyway. I think he's a bit overrated.
Did the NBA start yet?
NBA, they start on October 19th.
Yeah, that preseason.
They've got a few preseason games.
October 19th.
I got the Knicks one yesterday on the preseason.
Let's go Heat. You already know.
Nobody cares about that old ass team in LA, so don't even talk about it.
That's my team, Pope. But I hate LeBron.
That's the retirement.
Not a LeBron fan.
LeBron the GOAT, bro. What you mean?
Damn,
Bro?
the AFC South, bro. Oh my God.
What you mean? LeBron is greatest. He the GOAT of these last 2 generations. What are you talking about? Nah,
greatest
Kobe. No, he the GOAT of this generation.
Yeah, I'm taking Kobe.
Of his generation, you're absolutely right. As long as we
he top 3 though. He top 3.
But look how many people don't want his generation.
He top 3.
LeBron is a chief artist, man.
That's the thing. Look how many other people got rings in his generation.
Yeah, they all won rings in that generation, huh? Dirt.
KD got two. Steph got three.
Bro,
Giannis got one.
Impervious, bro. He don't get respect, bro.
Kawhi.
Who else?
I mean, D Wade won before LeBron.
D Wade before before LeBron got that. D Wade got it.
But LeBron great though. He just
Bro, LeBron top 3, bro. Come on, stop hating, bro. Y'all gotta keep
it great. I said he was great.
No.
Keep it 100.
Man, he was a broken man when he came to the Miami Heat. They had to show him how to win. Once he got shown how to win,
exactly. Wade showed him. Wade had to show him how to win.
Bro, he went back to Cleveland and won one, bro.
Bro, he's great.
He had to come to the Heat for them to show him how to win. He wasn't winning.
He didn't know how to win.
Yeah, he didn't know how to win.
Hey,
Wade already won the ring before
that 3-1 comeback against the Warriors. I mean, that's
legendary. That's legendary.
That's legendary.
If Draymond Green wouldn't have stepped over that man's head,
it don't matter, bro.
I don't care about that, bro.
The 3-1 comeback is, the 3-1 comeback is beating the Juggernaut. That's legendary, But what's more legendary is beating the Juggernaut, and that's all Michael Jordan ever was. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, Jordan
good. Anyways, guys, I think I'm about to hang it up now. We could come back and talk about this next week.
After we lose to North Carolina, T2Y?
I don't know.
Since Georgia broke Clemson, we're losing to Syracuse too, so we got something to talk about next week.
I don't know what he's talking about. I am not a what them people is that predict the future. I'm not one of those. I don't know what it's gonna be.
A mind reader.
But I'll tell you one thing though, if we do win, woo-wee,
and Manny still ain't going nowhere, bro. He's still gonna be the coach for the next year.
I'm gonna pretend all week that I was like, yeah, we gonna win that game. Trust me.
I won't be surprised.
Man, we will get through it, man. It's tough.
It's tough, boy. It is tough. Dolphins and Kings, it's tough, boy.
All right, T2Y, bro. Be good, man.
All right, y'all, man.
All right, y'all boys.
Stay blessed.
Good luck to the Seminoles. Good luck to Clemson. Good luck to the Gators and everybody else team. Good games this weekend coming up. We'll see how they turn out. We'll talk about it. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Good night. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't. And y'all have a good night. That's tough.